Ah. Good afternoon. Good evening. Actually, hello Rohit. Hello Proka. Hello Panchali Devi. Aji, hi Vikas. So this is a special evening. Something that has been on the top of the news or in social media in terms of conversation, in terms of people trying to understand what's happening, is the whole DEHING PATKAI situation. Thank you, people, for joining us. And it's been I think it's my pleasure to kind of facilitate this evening. We're trying to understand. We're trying to understand what's happening at DEHING PATKAI. Iman bosor ki hoy asil. But the way forward is also to understand the way forward and to find solutions. We are not looking here to dig into the past too much. We are not looking to kind of bring up troubled histories. That's not the intention here. The idea here is to have people care about the environment, care about ecosystems, care about things around them, and we do it the best way we can. Like I said before, আমি activist নহয়, but we can help bring awareness to those around us. We can help raise conversations. We can help do things. On that note, we have a couple of very interesting guests tonight, and I'm going to start with somebody who teaches, somebody who's been an academic, somebody who's been at the heart of students learning about the environment around us, about biology, about our ecosystem, and Mr. Narayan Sharma from Cotton College. So, a gute DEHING PATKAI bostutu at a backdrop dipole, I'm calling in Mr. Narayan Sharma for to get this thing rolling. Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Narayan Sharma.
Good evening, Jordan.
Yeah. And thank you so much for making time and being with us.
Thank you for having me in this life.
It's an absolute pleasure. Yeah. I think Kedin Manapra, this movement and this whole conversation has been steered forward by students. Tezpur University students ase, Guwahati Eco Club ase, Guwahati University Eco Club ase. And so there's a lot of stuff happening. I think the next generation is pretty. They want to know. With regard to a lot of things. I think DEHING PATKAI is part of the bigger problem of how we should care about what is around us. And that is the most important thing. I music artist. I listen to a lot of things, but I create songs in Assamese. The local is very important to me. And পৃথিৱীখন চাবলৈ বহুত মানুহ আছে, কিন্তু আমি নিজে মানুহখিনি আৰু ইয়াত মই ক'ব খোজো আমি অসমীয়া মানুহখিনি, if we the Assamese care about what's in Assam, I think our job is done. Your job as an academic, as a teacher, as an inspirer, my job as being somebody in the media who can tell people different stories. So anyway, I think both manu ase, and with each I have like about 9 to 10 minutes, as you know.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Without getting into more, my first question to you would be, as an academic, as a researcher, as a teacher, you have a syllabus and you have a time schedule, to teach.
Yeah.
But those were not the things why you took up teaching in the first place. To teach the world about trees, to teach the world about plants, to teach the world, to teach life about life around us. So, what was the reasons that got into research and teaching about the system around us? What drove you to tell people?
So, I've always been fascinated by life sciences. So I particularly the zoology and the animals. But having said that, I'm also started developing my interest in plants now. So I had an option of like either going for say physical or chemical sciences or go for the life sciences. So during my degree. So then I decided, no, I think if I go to this physical sciences or chemical sciences, I need to study mathematics. So most of us are very scared of mathematics. So I think that also drove me towards geology. But later on only, I realized that mathematics is so integral to ecological sciences. So now I'm teaching sometimes mathematics and also the statistics. So there is no runaway from this thing. But having said that, I always love this life. Okay, so that is also one reason why I decided that I will study life sciences, particularly geology. And within geology also, I start developing interest in primates. So there are I used to say this to my students and other also, but I'm saying it again here. So there are some teachers that actually influence you in your career. So there is one particular teacher from the Barua College, Dr. Sunayan Bordole sir. So he taught us the primate behavior. So I'm completely hooked to this. And that day and today, so I'm into primates. So I haven't looked. So I had a little bit digression between. অকমান হাতীটো অকমান এইটো কৰিলো আৰু অকমান প্লান্টছ বিলাকতো কৰিলো এতিয়া বাৰ্ডছ বিলাক মই ভাল পোৱা আৰম্ভ কৰিছো বাট আই থিংক মোৰ কোৰটো এতিয়াও মানে প্ৰাইমেটলজি হয় আৰু মই প্ৰাইমেটছ খুবেই ভাল পাওঁ কৰি কিনে আৰু সেইটো কিছুমান টিচাৰ বিলাকে থাকে যাৰ এটা ইয়াত দুটা লেকচাৰ এটা ইয়াত দুটা ক্লাছেছ বিলাকে কমপ্লিটলি কোৰ্স চেঞ্জ কৰি দিয়ে আই থিংক আই এম ভেৰি ফৰ্চুনেট টু হ্যাভ that kind of teacher in Barua College. Then I also had a great time in Guwahati University for my masters. Tarpisot jetia moi research korilu, I went to Bangalore National Institute of Advanced Studies that the primates study korilu. Since 2001, I have been working in Upper Assam. So Upper Assam is not a very new to me. So jibilake jane mane Upper Assam more like kind of a second house because I started developing but very interest in the tropical ecosystem. Aru primates so tate kaam kora piso then I worked on elephants. Then finally the Cotton College University their opening to ulale moi applied korilu aru fortunately moi cotton or eta part hobo parilu aru syllabus juntu ase etia amar it's a very mixed bag of syllabus amar syllabus or naam to hol environmental and wildlife sciences boli kine kou ami aru yate students are exposed to both environmental science as well as the wildlife sciences. So we have a very competent dugaraki aru faculty ase tahate environmental science to sai aru moi particularly wildlife science sound. So wildlife mo try korisu je jiman kini paru not only wildlife not only itu but try to bring the social aspect of conservation also. Conservation is not only about just looking at animals or appreciating nature, but also understanding people's problem. So conservation is also a very large part of the syllabus. Aru conservation jeti ami koru you know that right from say policy, right from the laws, right from the history, everything we need to know. So syllabus ami try korisu je bibhinno dhoroner component to dibole aru eta balanced syllabus dibole.
That's amazing. Actually I want to tell the viewers that to understand DEHING PATKAI you also have to understand a lot of other things that come into play into an ecosystem, into forests, into greenland. Ami DEHING PATKAI boli kotha patle if you just talking DEHING PATKAI it is not sufficient to just discuss a few bone facts of DEHING PATKAI. What brings along an ecosystem like this and why is my ecosystem different from your ecosystem? These are important things to learn. What makes our habitat different from other people's habitats, other countries' habitats? So these are complicated issues. So why we have brought along an academic like Mr. Narayan Sharma is to give us a background into understanding, the variety of things that we have in Assam. I think we'll touch upon those things, but one cannot understand DEHING PATKAI in isolation, or any forest in isolation.
Absolutely.
The forest can be, and forests have to be understood. Understanding geography, biology, ecosystems, and history, and politics, and settlements, and habitation. Jungle ekhon je eta jagat thake hetu okol jungle kon thokar kare nohoy. There are a lot of figures that come into play in creating any ecosystem. And one has to understand that the jungles are the habitats of animals, like the cities are the habitats of man. So cities just don't exist because somebody plans them. Cities exist because people live in them, people work in them, people have infrastructures built into them. So heikini kothai Dr. Narayan Sharma bujaise. So in order to understand DEHING PATKAI in its entirety and our region, you have to understand and really listen to what Mr. Sharma is saying. So Sharma, coming to the next question, we are actually keeping it brief because but I hope people understand this. People will have to make an effort to understand this. It's not easy, They will have to make an effort to understand these things. We are trying to make it easy for them. That's the thing. Even I am learning. I have come today to facilitate this conversation and to learn. So, Amar Itya, in Assam, we have different kinds of things around us. We have green fields, we have paddy fields, we have forests, we have rainforests, and then there are the rainforests of the land. So what makes a rainforest special, and why is DEHING PATKAI so topical? Because it's a rainforest. What makes a rainforest special?
So I just Joyda apnako khudu. So what is common between South Korea and DEHING PATKAI? What is one thing that is common between South Korea? What is one thing that is common between South Korea and DEHING PATKAI Wildlife Sanctuary?
Oh wow! No, please enlighten us.
Okay, so South Korea and DEHING PATKAI Wildlife Sanctuary both have 359 species of birds. Just in a context of so South Korea is around 1 lakh square kilometer, and DEHING PATKAI is around 111 square kilometers. So it's less than 1% of South Korea. So amar okol eta jongolot gutte South Korea jiman kini birds ase, iman birds amar DEHING PATKAI ase. So I think I just wanted to tell you the richness of this particular place. Not only
DEHING, the diversity.
The diversity. The DEHING PATKAI just one such habitat. যদি আমি চাও আপনি যেতিয়া কলে যে how it is different from other say greenery areas or other things. So যদি আমি চাও boreal forest যোনটো আপোনাৰ almost northern hemisphere or ফলে আছে boreal forest which is world largest forest, actually largest contiguous forest, but our biodiversity jodi apni sai which is not comparable, which is much lower than what we have in tropics. For example, what we have along this equator or pra jodi apni 10 degree upor jai 10 degree tolot ahe দুটা যোনটো ট্ৰপিক অফ ক্যান্সাৰ আৰু ট্ৰপিক অফ ক্যাপ্ৰিকৰ্নৰ যোনটো বেল্ট আছে এইটো বেল্টত আটাইতকৈ বেছি আছে আৰু DEHING PATKAI is very very interesting because আপুনি যদি চাই DEHING PATKAI is above tropic of cancer. So it's above tropic of cancer. So in fact there is a very nice paper by Dr. Haridasan তেওঁ বহুত বছৰ কাম কৰিলে অৰুণাচলত তেওঁ পাইছে যে নামদফা যোনটো নেশ্যনেল পাৰ্ক হয় is the world আটাইতকৈ northern most থাকা tropical lowland rainforest. Okay, so tar mane ami almost eta age ot asu. So this makes this particular region including DEHING PATKAI is very very important. Aru moi yate eta arita kotha kobole bisarisu je DEHING PATKAI to apunar rainforest to hoy, but DEHING PATKAI is also a lowland rainforest. Lowland rainforest world ot bahut kam jagat ase, mane world আছে কিন্তু আটাইতকৈ বেছি যোনটো থ্ৰেটেন বায়োম যদি আপুনি যদি মোক খুদে then it's a lowland rainforest. So rainforest so তাৰ মহত্বটো তাৰ ইম্পৰ্টেন্সটো তাতকৈ বহুত বেছি যিমানখিনি আমি এতিয়া এপ্ৰিচিয়েট কৰিব পাৰিছো. Okay, so আপোনাৰ ডাঙৰ যিবিলাক ব্লকছ আছে এটা হ'ল এমেজনত আছে, এটা হ'ল আপোনাৰ কংগো বেচিন আছে, আৰু এফালে আপোনাৰ মেডাগাস্কাৰ, নিউ গিনি এণ্ড সাউথ ইষ্ট এছিয়াত lowland tropical rainforest আছে. বাট আমাৰ এইটো হ'ল কি এইটো আপোনাৰ above tropic of cancer. So it's almost the northernmost. China ত আছে বুলি কিনে কয়, but China যোনটো খুব এটা supporting evidences নাই. So সেইকাৰণে ইয়াৰ ইম্পৰ্টেন্স টো বহুত বেছি বাঢ়িছে.
আপনি একদম briefly why is a rainforest so special? সেইটো আমাৰ বহুত মানে নাজানে. Why is a rain একদম briefly?
Yes, rainforest to বহুত important হয় because প্ৰথমতে চাই বেলেগ জংগলতকে rainforestৰ আপোনাৰ canopy থাকে, যেনেকৈ আপুনি ভাবক যে এটা বিল্ডিং হয় এইটো canopy to আপোনাৰ এটা টপ পোষ্ট 7 story বিল্ডিং হয়, এটা 7 story বিল্ডিং তাৰপিছত তলত 5 story, তো তেনেকৈ আপোনাৰ গছবিলাক বেলেগ বেলেগ বিল্ডিঙৰ সাইজৰ নিচিনাকে থাকে, ইটস লেয়াৰ বিলাক থাকে. So এইবিলাক যেতিয়া লেয়াৰ বিলাক থাকে আপোনাৰ এটা একদম গছ হলং গছ या মেকাই গছ যদি আপুনি চাই বহুত ওখ হয় 50 মিটাৰতকৈ ওপৰত উঠি যাব পাৰে সো ক্যাৰেক্টাৰিষ্টিকটো কি হয় এটা কন্টিগুয়াছ ফৰেষ্ট থাকিব তাৰ পৰা এটা দুটা গছ বিলাক ওপৰত উঠিব তাৰপিছত তাৰ তলত ক্যানোপিৰ তলত আপোনাৰ বহুত গছ বিলাকৰ লেভেল থাকে বহুত বিভিন্ন ধৰণৰ লেয়াৰ থাকে এটা লেয়াৰ থাকা কাৰণে কি হৈছে যে স্পেচিছৰ কাৰণে যোনটো হ্যাবিটেটটো সেইটো হ্যাবিটেট বহুত বেছি আছে ইয়াতে যদি আপুনি বেলেগ কিবা জংগলত যায় তেতিয়া আপোনাৰ এই আপুনি এপাৰ্টমেন্ট বিলাক নাপায় অকল এটা ডাঙৰ ঘৰ পাব সো এইটোৰ কাৰণে কি হয় যে এভৰি লেভেলত আপোনাৰ স্পেচিছটো বহুত ডাইভাৰ্স হয় এই কাৰণে ডাইভাৰ্সিটিটো কিয় ট্ৰপিক্যাল ৰেইন ফৰেষ্টত বুলি কিনে মানুহে যদি খুদে দিস ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য ৰিজন আৰু এটা হল যে ট্ৰপিক্যাল ৰেইন ফৰেষ্টটো ক'ত পায় সব জায়গাত নাপায় ট্ৰপিক্যাল ৰেইন ফৰেষ্ট এইবিলাক জায়গাত পায় য'ত আপোনাৰ ৰেইনফলটো মোৰ দেন 1800 মিলিমিটাৰতকৈ ওপৰত হ'ব লাগিব টেম্পাৰেচাৰটো আপোনাৰ মোৰ দেন 23 ডিগ্ৰী ওপৰত হ'ব লাগিব সো তেনেকে কিছুমান ক্ৰাইটেৰিয়া আছে যাৰ যোনটো এনভাইৰনমেন্টাল সেটআপত ৰেইন ফৰেষ্ট
and there are a lot of places inside a rainforest which haven't been discovered yet.
No.
Absolutely. This is so fascinating. You know.
Absolutely. মই just interrupt কৰিছো আপোনাক মই আপোনাক আৰু এটা কথা কওঁ যে ডক্টৰ কাশ্মীৰা কাকতি যেতিয়া জয়পুৰত যেতিয়া কেমেৰা ট্ৰেক কৰিছে 7 স্পিচিছ অফ বন মেকুৰী পাইছে সো এইটো হল আপোনাৰ গ্ৰাউণ্ড লেভেল 7 স্পিচিছ
discovered 7 species.
Yeah, 7 species এটা জংগলৰ পৰা আৰু এতিয়া যদি ফিশিং কেট মানুহে কৈছে যে ফিশিং কেট বিলাকৰ সাইটিং হৈছে দেন ইট বিকাম 8 ওয়ার্ল্ডৰ কোনো জায়গা নাই য'ত 7টা স্পিচিছ আপুনি পাব পাৰে এইটো এটা হল যিবিলাক আপুনি স্পিচিছ দেখা নাপায় আৰু এটা ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট বস্তু
নহয় এইটো মানে মই জাস্ট টু ব্ৰিং ইট টু দ্য ভিউয়াৰ্স পার্সপেক্টিভ বা ক'ব কৈছো আপুনি যেটো কথা পেলাইলে মই আমি নিজে পাহৰি যাওঁ বিকজ কাশ্মীৰা's husband works with elephant conservation and they are settled in Nepal and he works with Leonardo DiCaprio আমাৰ অসমীয়া মানুহৰ এনেকুৱা গৈ পেলাই Kashmira is with this person or Kashmira this is for the viewers benefit again Kashmira Jaipur she accidentally discovered 7 species of jungle cats right
cat species including tigers leopards
but 7 species is no joke this is actually when I muk jeta Anurag Singh loi goisile to show me I have been deep inside Jaipur I was fascinated that 7 species had lied undiscovered so far so anyway we'll bring all this into focus carry on please
but just arota interesting kotha kobole yate bisarisu je ami ebila kol elusive species apuni khojot gole jenike Kaziranga gol apuni tiger ok dekhibo pare ya elephant ya bibhinno dhoroner deer এবিলাক চাব পাৰে কিন্তু এইবিলাক ট্ৰপিক্যাল ৰেইন ফৰেষ্ট বিলাকত ইমান সহজ নহয় এনিমেল বিলাক দেখিবলৈ বহুত কষ্ট কৰিব লাগিব
we have a non-Assamese audience also they will keep it
okay. So yeah we need to do little bit hard work to spot the animals so one thing that I wanted to mention here that one particular area which is not being explored so far is the canopy so canopy when I'm saying canopy so it's that the foliage layer of a forest okay so that layer the people are there are canopy ecologists who are so now in India also these are catching so people are climbing trees and going to the upper canopies and finding new species of insects snake frogs and etc.
In fact about Jaipur rainforest I've heard there are fish that are sprouting legs I have heard about this at the Jaipur rainforest the fish are mutating and they have small legs
okay so I'm not aware of that but what I'm saying that when you said that there may be some new species so this is the one area this is the biological frontier where we haven't explored so if we explore this layer this canopy layer I'm sure that the biodiversity what we are looking at right now might have we will add more species to this biodiversity
right
so I think we need students who can go who are passionate to climb trees and you can go and study biodiversity at the canopy level. So now what is happening? So if you break this canopy, right? If you selectively chop few trees and assuming that okay the tree will grow eventually. So what you are doing is you are disturbing this entire canopy ecology. So you are actually disturbing this entire apartment. Okay. So then.
Wow.
Just see the consequences. So I think these are millions years of evolutionary work that gave rise to this topic. These are
millions of years.
Yeah, perhaps the oldest forest. These are. So I think so that we need to really appreciate that. And I just wanted to tell you that each rainforest is unique. So you cannot compare Northeast rainforest with say Western Ghat or say Sri Lanka or say Australia or say Amazon. So that's why the uniqueness. So the kind of species assemblies that you get in DEHING PATKAI is very unique. So Western Ghat, they have a unique set of species. So we cannot compare. We cannot say, okay, no, we can just get rid of this rainforest. We have say Western Ghat. It's like a Tendulkar and say Brian Lara. So both play the same role. There is no. They are great, but there is no comparison.
Both are fantastic in their own way. So
both are fantastic.
Actually, to discuss rainforest, to discuss this whole matter, we'll have probably 1 or 2 sessions more. So we'll have more to build up on these conversations. And you are at the forefront. You will be at the forefront of dispensing knowledge. Okay. So
thank you.
That is one. I have one last question for you. What in Assam? Is there anything in Assam that makes our habitat very special? That makes our forest very special? That we Assamese should be aware of? Is there something in our habitat that we should be aware of, and we should treat that as very special in the rainforest, in the forest outside?
So what I'm saying, what I always say that when I say the rainforest of say Western Ghat and Northeast are very, very different. Similarly, we cannot compare say DEHING PATKAI with Kaziranga. Kaziranga has its unique flora and fauna, and DEHING PATKAI has a unique flora and fauna. So if you go to Dipor Bill will have a unique flora and fauna. So now this is also called something called the ecosystem diversity. So we have like a many such ecosystems. So we have wetlands, we have grassland, we have say tropical rainforest, we have high altitude areas. For example, if you go to Arunachal, you may see like high altitude area which are not being explored that much. So I think so. What I'm saying that even if your orchards, home gardens, right? So there are studies which show that the home gardens, people just plant few trees in their backyards. So these are also become biodiversity rich. So Assam is, I think it's a very, very unique place where if you provide if you leave some area for some time, okay, so you might get some forest after say a decade or so. I think this is this fertile, this landscape. So I think what I'm saying that each and every component of this area is important, and we need to be extremely cautious not to disturb this ecosystem. And unless it's, for example, I did talk about the river ecosystem. So river ecosystem is so important. So many fish species in Brahmaputra and its tributaries. So I think each and every ecosystem has its unique value, and we need to really protect whatever possible we can.
I think the onus of getting generation next ready will always be on people like you, and and teachers and academics like you. And we really probably the value of a teacher is something you learn. A student learns post college and post school, when you realize what they had taught you and what they had got you ready for the world,
So Joyda, what I just wanted to say here that though I'm officially a teacher, but I'm always a student. So that tag will be there, but I'll always be a student of nature. So I think I'm learning each and every day from you, from everybody. So I think
I could really see that in the time we are conversing.
So if we stop learning, I think there is. I think that is the end day.
I think we are always essentially all students. All of us, we are essentially all students, and in teaching also you learn. Yeah. And but thank you so much, Mr. Narayan Sharma, for joining us. And because the future of the world is students. It's the generation next. It's the world you give to them. It's not going to be people before us. It's going to be the people after us. So I think we will do a few sessions like this where we are acclimatizing people with climate, with ecosystems, with things. It's very important. It's not to build on conflict. I don't think we should build on conflict. We should build on education. We should build on awareness. I think that is where the challenge lies. But as a teacher, I think you'll have sufficient delight in dispensing away with ignorance and bringing the light. Yeah. And thank you so much, Mr. Narayan Sharma. I hope to
thank you so much
very soon. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Okay. that was Mr. Narayan Sharma, and an amazing academic researcher, and he's been with the students. Very humble person. I'm so glad that we had him with us. And now we come to another maverick character, that's Rohit Chaudhary. So Rohit was the guy who filed the RTI on DEHING PATKAI. So he's an amazing character. So without wasting time, let me get Rohit. Hi.
Hi, good evening, Jaida. How are you doing?
Very
good evening to you, Jaida.
Yeah. And I think you will be introducing yourself through my questions, but
Okay.
we need more people like you to show the way. And the idea today is to talk to Generation Next on
Sure.
on caring for the world, and sometimes through care and to love, what you need is strength, moral courage.
True.
You will need to be you have great moral courage to believe, to love, to have faith. It will not go without courage.
True.
So I think that is something you have amplified in huge quantities for people who know, and for people who don't know, this short interaction will get it.
Well, thank you for your so kind words, Jaida.
I'll just address one question. This is the problem. We try to get across. See, the problem here is Dr. Akhilesh Kumar Verma. I'm addressing you. We are discussing problem. Is there any solution that open cast mining can proceed without disturbing? Sir, we will get there. But what we are trying to do here is to tell students and Generation Next to care for the environment. This is the motion behind today's conversation. We will have those conversations, but everything has to be built up, and there is a natural progression. So we'll get to all of that, and this is not the only conversation that we're having about this. So Rohit, my first question.
Yeah.
Person, I'm kind of dedicating 10 to 12 minutes, Rohit, as you can see.
Okay, fine.
And
fine,
there are
fine.
a lot of people who have come up. So my first question, Rohit, you stay outside Assam. You're all around. You are an activist. You're wildlife. You are into wildlife environment. Forest is your passion. You're pursuing environmental cases. You do RTIs. So what's your personal equation to the forests of Assam?
Jaida, first let me tell you, I stay both in Assam and Kaziranga. I just keep traveling from Assam and Delhi. And when you say me that what's my personal equation with forest of Assam, I feel that in my consciousness concerning life and earthly things, forest occupies a dominant place in my life. Without forest, I am incomplete. The concept of Rohit Chaudhary, when I say, will remain incomplete if you deduct or minus forest from him. Without forest, the concept of Rohit Chaudhary always remains incomplete. If I do something good for forest, for Kaziranga, for any part of my state, it brings solace to me. It brings a lot of happiness, internal peace towards me.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, this is, I'll say, means my relationship with the forest or environment is like a son and a mother, because you always love your mother. We love our mother nature. Without mother nature, we stand nowhere.
Those are very peaceful words coming from an activist like Rohit. I assure you guys, most of you know him.
Thank you.
Some of you don't know him, but I think Rohit will definitely emerge as one of the defining forces that's going to change the way we look at forests and we look at the ecosystems. Thank you, really, Rohit, for joining us, and thank you for that answer.
My pleasure, Jaida.
Thank you. Now, I really think the purpose of today's discussion is to build on the symbiotic links that we have with nature. On those links, to strengthen links. But I always believe that you cannot go out to save a forest if you're not watering the plants at your own home. It cannot be.
True.
You cannot run after an issue if you're not doing the same thing yourself, if you're not practicing the same virtues. Okay.
True.
So Rohit, you have, I don't need to, really tell you anything, but this is for the benefit of people whom we are trying to acclimatize, and ourselves too. No? So my first, the next question to you, Rohit, is what was the Kaziranga story in brief?
See, Kaziranga is a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1985. And I feel proud because see, when I stay in Delhi or any part, I meet anybody. So when someone asks me where are you from, I say that I am from Kaziranga. And the moment you say that I am from Kaziranga, the respect and in the eyes of the opposite person when I see, it's something very different. It gives a
It's
lot
a
of happiness.
definitive Assamese emblem. It's a definitive
It's
Assamese
a
emblem.
emblem. Yes, true.
Yeah.
So since childhood, I have born and brought up in that area, in that landscape. I've been looking at beautiful landscape since my childhood. But when
Yeah.
I started seeing the destructive mining and other activities, because whenever you will agree that whenever you travel from Bokagat or Jorat towards Guwahati to the left hand side in the Karbi Hills, you have seen a lot of water streams, river streams,
Right.
and beautiful forest and all gradually started disappearing.
Yeah.
Then obviously since school days, I have been college days, I have been seeing all these things. But until and unless you have the full information either for Kaziranga or Dehing Patkai or XYZ anything, you cannot do anything or you cannot come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
So I always had that I need to do something for Kaziranga. I have to try something doing, because see, Almighty have not given us the power to protect Mother Nature. Since childhood, since our birth, first breath, we start inhaling oxygen, but we don't have the power to protect Mother Nature. So what happened, since I started reading about it, then I found very helpless. Then came into force Right to Information Act. So I read about Right to Information Act and I started filing RTIs with the Forest Department and on, knowing different questions. Obviously, first I was not able to file because I was new in RTI. I took a lot of time to learn the trick also. But when I started filing RTIs and getting information about the correspondence, about the habitat, about the reports and all, then I came to know that Karbi Anglong Hills adjoining Kaziranga is a natural highland, and it is very much an integral part of the forest. Because now Kaziranga, if we do a boundary on a Kaziranga National Park, it is not going to survive for a long, because Karbi Anglong is a contiguous forest and it is very much soul of Kaziranga National Park. During floods, when the park is inundated from the flood water, the animals migrate to the highlands. They cross the highway and they go to the highland. Then I checked the records. Even after Supreme Court has mentioned that in the 10 kilometers from any park protected area, if you do any activity which requires environment clearance, it has to get a clearance from the National Board for Wildlife. So when I started following all the correspondence and all the officers of Kaziranga National Park who have been posted earlier, they have raised their concern ki mining to bhal nohoy ba mining Kaziranga karone olo problematic hobo pare ba jongolor karone bipod anise ba mane negative effect to already dekha goise. But I found that only correspondence were made and their responsibility were finished. So someone has to take that correspondence or their reason to forward, so that some conclusion can come out. So I assembled all the information through RTI. Then I came to know that it's an open violation of all the forest laws. So what I did in 2017, I filed a complaint with the Ministry of Environment and Forest, raising all the concerns in the complaint. So Ministry was kind enough to mark an inquiry through National Tiger Conservation Authority, and they visited the mining areas in 2018 January, and then they came out with a report in 2018 itself on the 20th of April, and they recommended banning complete mining in the watershed areas. Watershed areas মানে জয়টা কি হয়, এই হিলছত মানে আপনার বহুত সৰু সৰু পানী ঝৰ্ণা river streams আছে which come down and which flows inside Kaziranga National Park. Due to destructive mining, এই পানীৰ যিবোৰ sources আছিলে এই শেষ হৈ গ'ল। আৰু শেষ হৈ যোৱা পাছত southern boundary of Kaziranga National Parkত they started becoming scarcity of water during winters. Wallowingৰ কাৰণেতো পানী আপোনাৰ অলপ লাগিব, and it was raised in one of the correspondence before 12 years by a ranger of Kohra to the DFO. So I came to know about all the correspondence through RTI. I got all the information through RTI. Then happened ki then the National Tiger Conservation Authority recommended a ban. It wrote a letter to the Chief Secretary. However, before that, I also filed a complaint with the Central Empowered Committee of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. And I was very happy that my complaint to file Kursu March 16th, and by 29th March, the chairman, member secretary, and all the members of the Central Empowered Committee of Supreme Court, they visited Kaziranga, and along with me, we went to the mining sites. So they found the live mining going on there. Even they found elephants in the mining sites. So my complaint was in front of CEC. They agreed, yes, whatever issues were raised are true. So after that, they had some meeting with the park authorities, state government in Delhi and both in Guwahati and all. Again, they visited. Then finally, they filed a report with the Honorable Supreme Court of India that things are not going right in Kaziranga National Park landscape, and rosy pictures are always shown, but things are not as it is shown. And National Tiger Conservation Authority has also recommended a ban, and we have ourselves personally seen live mining, and which is very detrimental to Kaziranga National Park. And the first hearing on 12th April 2019, Supreme Court was pleased to give complete banning orders of mining in the watershed areas and the eco-sensitive area.
How long did it take for you to get that banning order?
See, I filed a complaint in 2017 October with the ministry, and followed by a inspection, and that order, the report came by in April. I filed a complaint with the CEC in 2018 March. They visited, and within 1 year I got the ban. But Joyda, the research which I did in filing RTI, it took a lot of time. At least it took around 1 year, 6 months, 1 year to 9 months.
See, Rohit, the story here is that nothing is impossible. You know, the story here, what we need to learn from you is nothing is impossible. One doesn't need to be a trained lawyer. One doesn't need to be trained anything, but one just needs the kind of purpose in journey. You know, the purpose
I will
in life.
interrupt.
Yeah.
True, Jayda, I will interrupt you. Let me tell you, I am not a lawyer. And for regarding regarding this ban order of Kaziranga National Park, I have never done a lawyer, because I just wrote one simple application to Ministry of Environment and Forest. It was followed by inspection by the NTCA, and the order came out.
So,
and to the Central Empowered Committee also.
So let me put this in perspective.
1 minute.
For the people okay. Yeah.
To the Central Empowered Committee also of Supreme Court, I just wrote one simple letter, giving all the correspondence and raised all the issues, gave all the proofs, and it was followed by a visit by the CEC. So, and I got a mining ban order from Supreme Court without doing a lawyer. I just had a purpose that I need to do something. So our youngsters, those who are listening us, so they first they need to be equipped with the information. Now, Jayda, when we say DEHING PATKAI, Rohit filed an RTI with the DEHING PATKAI. The reason why I filed, because I was not aware of the complete issue. Because
I'll come to DEHING PATKAI. I'll come to DEHING PATKAI. My thing, what is here for the students and the next generation to learn from Rohit is that things are possible. Rohit,
that's
single-handedly, things are possible. If I have to put your whole conversation into one line, Rohit, you single-handedly stopped mining in Kaziranga. That's it, right? That's it, right?
See, you can say single-handedly, but I have a set of friends, the force behind me.
See, the point is, I understand, I get you, but you know, you went without a lawyer, you went without what people think is, you know, like the whole red tapeism of things, you know, that is the general perception. The whole red tapeism of things, the whole process is, one needs time and study. But what I'm saying, it is possible for normal citizens to exercise their rights to find out information and do things in this country. And there is a judiciary that will listen to you. And there is the court that will listen to you. There are people who will take your side in doing things. Otherwise, Rohit Chaudhary wouldn't have gone to. Otherwise, Rohit Chaudhary wouldn't have gone into the next stage of doing an RTI for DEHING PATKAI. You know,
true.
This is one thing that you went from building one thing into the next. And if you hadn't had the success with Kaziranga, you wouldn't have gone ahead with the Dihing Patkai situation.
True.
You know, and
That's correct.
you and I have barely met, but this is such an amazing story. So, overall, actually, Rohit, we are a little short of time, but thank you for being so amazingly lucid about things. Which now brings me, what drove you to Dihing Patkai? What was the thing that drove you to drive an RTI for Dihing Patkai? What was this?
See, Joyda, after getting the success of with Kaziranga and other issues, Deepor Bill and Manas and all, so I always love getting information and knowing in first hand. So generally, what happens, we keep reading in the newspaper on, suppose when we read the minutes of the meeting of the 9th Board of Wildlife, State Board of Wildlife, it was told that the Dihing Patkai is a 10-kilometer outside the boundary. And on the 10th meeting, we get to know that it is on the boundary. And today I was going through a press note of Coal India Limited. It is said that it is 9.19 kilometers. So until and unless you have your own authentic information, you have to read all these things and you have to form a different opinion.
Everything is variable, right? Everything is variable.
So when I went through the Forest Advisory Committee minutes or National Board of Wildlife minutes, then what I did, I thought, why don't I myself file an RTIs with the state government and the central government so that we get to know the true picture. And I will say you will be shocked to know when I started filing RTIs with the Assam Forest Department. I'll say Assam Forest Department getting information is a very tough job. They will hide the best of possible information. So, but unfortunately, I have to follow the process. I asked for the information on the inquiry report, which I came to know. Now I came to know about inquiry report, but how can I get it? There is a process. We need to file an RTI. So at the moment I filed an RTI, I get a reply that under section 8 so and so, this is a preliminary investigation, so we cannot give it. So then I told them that there's a section of RTI, section 8 so and so. So it says that if the information cannot be denied to a parliament or a state legislature, it should not be denied to any simple person like you, me, or XYZ, any student or anybody on the
citizen of the country. Any citizen of the country.
But again, they replied to me in this my first appeal. They gave me the same reasons. Okay, fine. We cannot do much because then I filed other RTIs. Again, they said that this information is not available. Then they say deposit so much of money for against the information, which is mandatory as per RTI. So I deposited that money for last 2 months, 3 months. I have not got the information. Then what I did during December, I filed the same RTIs with the regional office of the Ministry of Environment and Forest, Shillong office. So fortunately, I got all the information from the regional office of Shillong, and then I came to know from those information that there was an inspection done in October, on October 24th, along with the Assam Forest Department of those area. And I came to know about very dynamite information that illegal mining is going on. Even rat hole mining was also going on, and from 2003 they are doing the mining illegally. So I don't have to now refer to any board meeting or any newspaper. I myself had that report of Ministry of Environment and Forest, and then they provided me all the correspondence that in 2013 also they have written a letter to Assam Forest Department, which they did not reply for the last 6 months. So the ministry was forced to again write a letter to Assam Forest Department in September 2019 that you have not replied for the last 6 months. Please kindly reply us now and give the reasons of not replying. So in a way, I got most of the informations which I shared with my journalist friend Susanto Da and others. So they highlighted the issue in a proper way. Susanto Da, in fact, has written a very good article, and which the Wire also carried, and he gave the complete picture. So Jaida, the complete picture was possible only when you have the information. And I feel in today's world, information, right to information, is the biggest tool. Because if you don't have the knowledge on that subject, so you are just like a ship without radar. You don't know where to go and how to go. Now, when I have the information, I know when the lease was given, when the lease was over, from 2003 to 13, illegally it was done, and then no information was given. So a lot of things now we have come to know. and that is just because I have the information. And that's why I will say that more and more youngsters should use the right to information. You don't need any rocket science in filing RTI, but just you need to file in a proper way. Now on DEHING PATKAI, almost I think if not all, I have got a good amount of information, which if anyone is willing to file an PIL in court, or if anybody wants to go court, they are free to approach me and take all the information, because our main
I think Rohit, I'll be setting up direct lines between you and the Guwahati University Eco Club, the Tezpur University, environmental issues people. The idea, Rohit, also, Manav, there is this sort of activism you have, but you should. I think you have activism because you have awareness.
That's correct. That's correct.
You have activism because you have awareness. I would really, my request for you would be to talk to these people, to have an open channel of communication with these people.
Okay.
And they're academics, they are studying. But, there is a point you study and there is a point when you become aware, where the nature of true education rises inside you. I think you should, apart from, I think this is your first time that you've come on camera and spoken, like you said.
That's true. That's correct.
We are so thankful for you for honoring this session. But I think
I came live only just for the students, because when I was a student, because I also wanted to hear somebody who could teach us. And Narayan Sharma sir now just told, we are always a student, and learning is a continuous process. So, and from Narayan Barua sir, I am also looking forward to listen to Susanto, and I'm sure if I connect with the students, I am going to learn two new things today.
No, you must. I think, the whole idea of bringing in people like you who have experience and work behind them, and research and analysis. For example, after you, there's Sushant Talukdar coming, and before you, there was somebody else. So that you connect to the students and show them the journey that life can be with education and be with awareness. That is the important thing. Because after awareness and after education begins the real journey of what you do with it and what you choose to do with it.
True.
So, Rohit, anything that you have to say on a parting remark? I think we are done with time. But anything you have to say while we do this?
No, while I will just say, when we love our parents, you should love nature just like you love your parents, because you should not see any difference between your own mother and Mother Nature. Now you see, it's the time of COVID-19. Now, one after, suppose you take in Assam, African swine fever, COVID-19, now flood, XYZ. One after natural calamities are coming. Don't you think sometimes when we disturb our mother also gets angry on us? In the same way, the way we have exploited everything around us in the beautiful nature, sometimes Mother Nature also gets angry. So we should not do anything which makes Mother Nature angry. At least we should protect her, think her, love her, just like our own mother.
Yes, actually, Rohit, the root of life and the root of any journey you do is basically the love. I think students should not get the wrong idea of just being activists without being aware and without having love.
True.
They should not get the wrong. People do get the wrong ideas of just picking up the gun and going for war. But if peace can be achieved through dialogue, through awareness, and through empathy, I think we should definitely build on it. Activism and war are last resorts. You have to go to, you have to resort to an RTI when that was the last resort. That was not the first.
This is the last. That's true. And Joyda, I will say one thing from Shiv Mahapuran also. Ami jetya Shiv Mahapuran thunu. When I say that Mother Nature, we should love our mother. It is said that Prakriti is Parvati and Parvati is Prakriti. One of the lines from Shiv Mahapuran, because we go to temple to worship Lord Shiva or Durga or Parvati or XYZ. But Joyda, I will say, if you love nature or if you protect nature, means this is a kind of worship which you do to Almighty. Either you say Ram, Allah, or Jesus, anybody. You work for nature, environment, forest. You are just worshipping your own Almighty. I would say relating this in that way.
Right. No, and Rohit, thank you. And the point is also, as I've been stressing from before, there are a lot of issues to be discussed. And
True.
introducing you to the crowd was one of the reasons we got you today. But in the next issue, we will have a few sessions on DEHING PATKAI where we'll be exploring deeper the problems that lie within. Because there's so much more that has gone into being what DEHING PATKAI is. But I think today's session was about empathizing with the environment.
Right.
And thank you so much, Rohit, for joining us, for enlightening us, and being an inspiration to everybody that's here and been watching.
Well, you are very, very kind. I'm still learning from everyone around me. I hope I can do something with all your blessings.
Yeah, I'll take your leave with that, and we'll come back to you later.
Thank you. Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Sushantara is waiting for us, but we might have a special message from a friend. Yeah. So I'll just bring in a special message. So Sushantara, just wait for like 5 minutes. I know you're in the wings and we are raring to go with you, but there's a special friend and a special message. A very dear friend of mine is coming up. It's a surprise. I told him at the last moment because we need a lot of people to kind of spread this whole thing. He'll just come and tell you what he thinks about this. He's like me. You will see we are from similar streams in life, and we just want to share, raise levels of awareness, education, empathy. That is what I'm kind of stressing on today. It has to be this way. And waiting for us in the wings is Sushant Talukdar, who has this most amazing article. He has an app called AnyZane, and the brilliant article about DEHING PATKAI went on to the Wire, where it developed more traction. I have a few interesting questions for him and a few other people. I'm just waiting for my friend to come in and just address this, with a message. All of us have been doing a lot of live sessions, and all of us, I'll just keep Sushantoda here so that he doesn't feel alone. Hello, Sushantoda.
Hello.
Good to see you. Yeah, hello. I'll just come to you. I thought you will be bored waiting in the wings. So Sushantoda has an amazing history of being a journalist. He was with the Telegraph. He was with other things, and he runs this amazing portal now. And he had an amazing article. We'll come to that article, and while I bring in a friend. All right. Hey, Papon. Good evening to you.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening, man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Papon, that's Sushanto Talukdar. He had written that amazing article that went on to Wire from his portal, AnyZane. I'll send you the article on DEHING PATKAI. So, Papon, we just got you for a short time today, and the idea was just to build on, just empathy for the ecosystem. I brought you in quickly so that you have a great message for the students and everybody watching us.
Well, there's no such message as I have. More Assam English ki kotha pati aso?
Yeah, so it's fine both ways, man.
Sorry?
You're
buffering. Okay.
Assam English.
No, more. Okay, so no, bikhe ko nai. As you to kolli je dinner phone korle je moi eta post disilu, and then you thought about DEHING PATKAI, and then you also thought that let's do something more. Yeah. So that is the whole thing from my side, that G kon paru about nature. It can be you, me, whoever. It's not for us or them, or it's not for or against any organization or any party or anything. Nobody has to win or lose here. I just want that to happen. Only one who should win is the forest. If forest wins, then everyone wins. So, আমি already jitore goi asu. We have seen that, Assam has already offered a lot also, and will be offering petroleum products and coal and everything for years now. And great that we've been able to, we are a rich place that way, Sabogole. Our dhani jaga, Sabogole. Jodio hokolu thaki, deota gyanta asile je hokolu thakiu eku nothakar desh. Lakshmi Prithibi ki bisitro besh. So, we are, I don't know how. So, our another very rich, something very rich about us, joti ami jote na jao, wherever you go, northeast to pahile koi Ashomo katha koi je, oh man, the green is so green there. Sobe koi je, iman heujia Asomkhon, it's so green. So that is, I think, is our richest, I mean, it's our most expensive thing we have, the treasure we have is the rich. Apart from our culture, petroleum, tea, coal, everything we have to offer, but I think all that we have, the most expensive thing is the forest, the rainforest, that too. So gotike etu to hoy je amak energy lage, tar kono doubt nai, we need that, but we have to be wise enough to be sensitive and wise enough to কৰ পৰা আমি লৈ আছো এনাৰ্জিটো, আমি কোলটো তাৰ বিনিময়ত আমি কি হেৰুৱাম, সেইটো আমি ওজন কৰি চাব লাগিব। আমাৰ ফিউচাৰটো আমি যদি দেখো, আজি নৰ্থ ইষ্ট এতিয়া ৱৰ্ল্ড টুৰিজিম বেয়া হ'ব, মই কিছুমান ডাঙৰ ট্ৰেভেলছৰ লগত কথা পাতি আছো, ট্ৰেভেল এণ্ড টুৰছ, যে সিহঁতৰ বিজনেছটো বেয়া হৈছেতো, কি ফিউচাৰটো ক'ত যাব? তো ই কৈছে যে ইণ্টাৰনেশ্যনেলি ট্ৰেভেল কৰিব দিগদাৰ আছে এতিয়া, নেশ্যনেলি যিখিনি প্ৰিমিয়াম মানুহ ট্ৰেভেল কৰিব চাব, নৰ্থ ইষ্ট যাব, আৰু যাব কিয়, আমাৰ ফ্ৰেছ ফৰেষ্টখিনি, আমাৰ গ্ৰীণছখিনি, আমাৰ এনিমেলছখিনি কাৰণে যাব। গতিকে we have to be wise also, no? We have to, economically also that's viable. Apart from my love for trees is something else. Your like, আমি সবে যিসকলে ভাল পাওঁ, গতিকে সেইখিনিয়ে ক'ব খুজিছো। আৰু মোৰ মতে চবে যাব খোজে, ভেকেশন হলে ফৰেষ্টত যাব খোজে, আকৌ ফৰেষ্টৰ বিপদ হলে কোনো মাত নিদিলে নহব।
Anyway, thank you, Papan, for reiterating the whole thing. That is important. I think we just keep up the messaging of loving the forest. That is what should be done. That is it. Hetu messaging, if it goes across from time to time, we are good on this. And so thank you, Papan. Thank you for coming on. I know you have to move on to another thing. Thank you so much for coming here. And
thank you. Thank you, Sandha. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Sandha. Moi bhabilu amar Papan has also been kind of tweeting. I thought just get a messaging in here, and ki koise?
He gave a very pertinent message.
We have to. I think you should come a little near to the camera. You are buffering a little.
Okay.
Just come close. Okay. I think we'll see. So, Sandha, being the journalist that you are, and apnar amazing article aise, junto eta sobai pohise boli ma bhabisu, karone this is also a discussion where I expect the people to have read a little. Karone iapa hikibole bahut pabo, ami jak matisu, it will be informed, but you also have to be informed into getting this. Aji Sushant Talukdar jitu likhise, I hope a lot of you have understood and read. It is very, very important. মানে আমি আনইনফৰ্মড বহি থকা সময়টো গ'ল, আৰু আমি যদি দিহিং পাটকাই ডিছকাছ কৰিব খুজিছো, অসম ডিছকাছ কৰিব, সেইটো সময় গ'ল। আৰু মই এতিয়া মানে আৰ্টিকলটো কেনেকৈ লিখিছে সেইটো মই বুজাব যোৱা নাই, মানে উই কেনট ৱেষ্ট টাইম অন অল দেট। কিন্তু মই my first question to you, Mr. Talukdar, is that Dihing Patkai has taken long to hit the headlines. In terms of Assam.
Yes.
Why has it taken so long to hit the headlines?
It should have hit the headlines when the Coal India had sought the permission for mining, open cast mining in 2003. Particularly, I'm talking about this project. I mean, I cannot turn the clock back to the days of the colonial era when there was less awareness on environment and all. Then why? Then we have to ask ourselves, because we often forget to ask the basic questions. We do not ask the basic questions, and we are not curious. Like say when in 2003 elephant reserve was notified, we never asked what happens when an area is declared as an elephant reserve. What are the activities that are supposed to take place inside an elephant reserve? and what it should prohibit. I mean, that awareness, that information is not with us. And as a media also we fail. We fail to inform the people. And so
I think we have a lot of people in a lot of walks of life, be it media, be it artists, all of them have failed the land.
Yes,
in
and
recent times.
society we have failed because because we try to look at environment in isolation. We romanticize about environment. We romanticize about conservation. So we are not trying to link it with our day-to-day life.
Right.
That's why we miss the points. So when we miss the points, so we wait till the situation to develop to lead to a situation where we can say there is no point of return. Then we say, no, okay, now let's stop here. Then what we can do next? So I think that is one of the reasons that we didn't ask the basic questions, like when we say that we highlight coal as a natural resource. Now, have we ever asked ourselves what happens when we extract coal from nature?
Exactly.
I mean, and when we what is a resource for us? I mean, yes, we also have to take. I mean, we ask ourselves, what is the development model that we need to take? I mean, we are talking about energy security. So the country's power is 72% of power is coal based.
Right.
And our demand for power is going up and up. But we ever asked ourselves the question, where from this power has come? So if we need this power,
there's a lot of lazy ignorance that has seeped into us as a society. There is no denying this. My question was to the journalist, but I think a lot of us should hang our heads in shame that this has been allowed to go so long. We've never questioned. Like, we need power, the nation needs electricity, we need a lot of that. But at the cost of what? And if we are talking of coal and tea as being resources of Assam, are we being responsible enough in accounting for them is also my question to the Assamese. If আমি যদি গৈ পেলাই কালি দিল্লীত ধৰ্ণা কৰোঁ যে এইখিনি অসমীয়া বস্তু, আমি সেই বস্তুখিনি কেনেকে ইউজ হৈছে, কেনেকে এক্সট্ৰাক্ট হৈছে, have we ever taken into account? Have we wanted to learn? We've never wanted to learn. We failed it. We failed Assam.
Yeah, but then there are also other issues like who decides what to do with your resources. I mean, even we ask, do you have the power or the control over the resources, rights over the resources? Now, who takes the final decision how coal is going to be extracted? It is the government of India. Finally, it is the National Board of Wildlife which gave the sanction to this post-facto approval to the already mined area of the Peacock open cast mining area. So, and but then,
সময় যেনেকে পৰাগ দাসে বহুত কোৱেশ্চন সুধিছিলে, আমাক সুধিবলৈ সময় লাগিলে এজন পৰাগ দাস লাগে।
We need to ask questions. We need to ask basic questions. And when we do not understand these basic questions, then we fail to see the stories that we actually tell.
Right. So, I think, more it's taken very long to hit the headlines. It has taken very long to hit the headlines in any sense of the term. It's not only newspaper headlines. Yeah. It's about our lives. Has it hit the headlines in our conversations? It's never hit the headlines in our conversations. I look at how many friends have discussed rainforest in Assam. Keta discussion we discuss rainforests. Keta discussion we Kaziranga discuss karo. Some of this was coming to us. You know what I mean?
I think because the glamour species and the glamour protected areas like Kaziranga and Manas, these has buried the discussions or conversation, all other conversation. People are holding conversation. I mean, if you go to these areas, rainforest areas and all, and the far-flung areas, they do talk about this. But then those voices do not get the space in the conversation, in the so-called mainstream conversation or so So that voices are buried. So because we have the narrative created by the forces or government or the agencies, that they don't want certain conversation to take place. They don't want certain conversation to take place because there is some other agenda behind it. You know?
But
So,
I think in spite of whatever a system is, in spite of whatever it is, I think it is the it's the conscious duty of every proud citizen to care for what they have.
yes,
It should be the conscious duty of any proud citizen, any citizen who has pride in his habitat, and especially আমি অসমৰ মানুহ আমি গৌৰৱ কৰোঁ আমাৰ বহুত আছে আমাৰ বহুত বস্তু আছে আমি কালচাৰৰ কথা পাতো আমাৰ বায়োডাইভাৰ্চিটি আছে আমাৰ ৰেইন ফৰেষ্ট 2-3খন আছে মানে people are calling it the Amazon of the north of the east ৰেইন ফৰেষ্টৰ ভিতৰত গ'লে গম পায় সেই যাদুটো it's a different kind of magic তাত কোনো শব্দ নাহে it's a different you cannot describe it just Amazon বুলি ক'লে দিগদাৰি হৈ যায় বস্তুটো it's not the way Amazon বুলি কৈ দিলে নহব বস্তুটো that diversity is a different thing
Dr. Narayan Sharma explained it. I mean, it's so unique. I mean, you cannot compare one rainforest with other rainforest. And it's so unique. Narayan Sharma has explained it. So, yeah. But then when we make ourselves aware of what we have, then we also have to make ourselves what we can do about it.
Right.
That is the question. I mean,
coming back to picking up on that, what we can do. Picking up on that, you have an online magazine, the Any Zine, or which you have worked, and I think you did this after Telegraph, right? After you had worked in Telegraph, this is what
after Telegraph. No, after Telegraph, I joined the Hindu. So I worked with the Hindu for 11 years. Then I took
yes.
And then this project started, but I still keep writing frontline.
Yeah, frontline. But for those who don't know, the Any Zine is it's online and it's an app also, so one can download.
Yeah, it's a bilingual online magazine, and it's focusing on Northeast and its neighborhood. The main objective is to take the stories of the Northeast to the world because we have the technology with us. And
exactly. I think a lot of people, I think this is the need of the hour, local stories with local coverage and local focus. That is absolutely what it should be.
Right. Yeah. So I have a backup.
Okay. So coming back to the article that was on the Any Zine and that which went onto the wire and developed a lot of traction. It was a very crisp and comprehensive write-up. So what motivated you to write this? How long did this take?
I was looking at following the stories of DEHING PATKAI and as well as mining, illegal mining in the areas, illegal coal mining, all these stories for long. And even when this particular Tikok open cast mining story surfaced, then I was looking at then also came across the National Board of Wildlife giving sanction to the project. Then I was wondering, I mean, what is inside it? So when I mobilized the documents related to it and I spoke to many people, then there were some unanswered questions, like say that the expert committee had recommended about the unbroken part. So I was curious to know what happens to this unbroken part, and then what had already happened to the broken part. But then when I was looking at these, then I also had some other questions, like, I mean, what happens to the unbroken part? Is it still intact? Then I was also following up with Rohit. Then and then he asked me that what kind of information you are looking. Then I asked particularly this question. Then he said, no, there is a report I got through RTI. That report has it tells a different story. It tells a different story because that report never came into the public domain. That's what I think Rohit has probably explained. That how the 57 hectare that 41 hectare that the expert committee that submitted its report to the National Board of Wildlife claimed to be unbroken has already been broken and mined.
Yeah.
Already broken and mined. So that was where I think I could sense that something deeper is going on inside. So that then I had to follow it from the beginning. Then I also found that it was not that it happened just all of a sudden. Since 2003, the Assam government has been recommending this proposal to the National Board of Wildlife, to the Government of India for sanction. Even the state government also in its last 10th meeting recommended. So I tried to find answers to the questions that what is more inside this particular project, and why this project has not been sanctioned, and what they have applied for, and when it. So I tried to they draw the sequence how it began. So I was doing the research on this, the documents, whatever I could.
বহুত ধৰণৰ journalistic journey হয়. What is there something specific to this journey? It's a big one. It's a big one. আৰু আপোনাৰ এটা বহুত বছৰ গৈছে. আপোনাৰ মানে you have photographs of ranging back from 2005 in an article that was published now. So
that photo. In fact, that photograph was not taken by me. It was taken by my wife, Ratna Bardekal.
No, I know that. What I'm saying, there have been things that have found their way into this article.
Yes. Because when we travel to these places, and then I have traveled to places like Vijayanagar, where there is no road, no electricity, where I was stuck up there for 7 days. It's only air maintained. So it's in that extreme point of the Namdapha Reserve forest. So that
it's very comprehensive. There are so many things here. It's very fascinating. Like how long did it take for you to file this? My reason for asking you this question, I want people to be inspired that it takes this amount of work to get something like this done. There are a few specific questions.
No, it depends on the different stories. Certain story. One of my stories that I did in previous years. I followed it for 1 year. But this story, the actual work I did for say at least 10 to 15 days. I took a lot of time in studies, doing the background research. Once I have the information with me, then the writing part is quite fast. That is.
Then I always file কৰিছে আপুনি যোনটো এটো story file কৰিছে আপুনি এটো বাকি আপোনাৰ বেলেগ story বোৰৰ যোনটো journey এই storyটোত আপোনাৰ কিবা difference আছে নেকি that you found that something was different in this আপুনি feel কৰিলে that this was a different which makes it different from other stories that you filed? DEHING PATKAI, is it special to you?
Yes, it is special because I had some questions in mind. So I didn't have time, or I probably didn't have the enough material or even my motivation to answer to all these questions. Like say, the destruction of a forest. We've been writing or sometimes reporting it, maybe not looking at it in a deeper perspective. So, but then I realized that while working on this story, that we need to work more. We need to dig more information. In fact, we need to inform a lot of people so that they will become aware of what is happening around us. Otherwise, simply, it cannot be a statement story. It cannot be a narrative story. We need to build a story with different perspectives. And then,
this has been my thought, because yours has been the story that all other stories have been built upon. I read a few other things, but everything points to your story, So that is what I got. I wish, because these stories are so data heavy,
Right.
I wish we innovate and find a way where these stories can be told simpler for a lot of other benefits,
True.
While I wish while I wish people start understanding complicated things, I do wish, but a lot of things are so simplified, right? Oversimplified. I do find, I really wish there is a way of simplifying this information to give to people. You know what I mean?
True.
It's pretty academic.
That is very essential, and
essential.
When because we are with the online magazine work, so we have come to realize with the people engagement, and then it's scientifically. So we are basically tuned to reading the printed text.
Right,
so on
right.
online we read at 25% lower speed than what we read on the printed text.
Right.
So we need to simplify the stories, facts.
And attention spans are going down. Attention spans are going down. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. In the days of the internet,
we have to keep engaged.
My focus is not on a shorter story, but the way attention spans are, I don't want the big stories to be missed out by Generation Next. That is so important. I don't want them to miss the big stories, because if the miss the big stories, there's a loss that we are facing. That is the problem. We are looking at loss. We are looking at harm. Which brings me to the next one is, apart from what Rohit Chaudhary's RTI had brought up, what were the learnings from the report? Were there specific things that came out differently from your story?
I think we need more transparency on the functioning of the certain gatekeeping agencies like State Board of Wildlife, National Board of Wildlife, and we need transparency on the projects that the government take up in the forested areas. We need to know. Now, when even for us or even for general people to take the informed decision, they need to have this transparency. And I think that the why this was on. Even we have the setup called State Board of Wildlife, where we have also experts drawn from different fields, particularly environment and forest, who are not supposed to be on the part of with the government, but their expert opinions are taken. Similarly, in the National Board of Wildlife. Now, the representatives, non-government representatives in these bodies, they should be people's representatives. And we understand there could be government interest in pushing forward a project. So I think when I did the report, I found that the expert non-government representative in the State Board of Wildlife or the National Board of Wildlife, which is supposed to be the toughest gatekeepers when a project is finally sanctioned or given a go-ahead. They should brief the people. They should tell the people what is happening actually on ground. So that we are kept informed. We are kept informed because they're supposed, but they are not doing their role as the people's representative. I'm not generalizing. But then the data that is we have.
Is it the problem of the representative, or is it a problem of representation?
Could be both. It's a mix. For the larger public, the society as a whole, and we need to ask for this transparency. That's why. And when this transparency is the opaque, it's not transparent. Then we need people like Rohit, who files an RTI, and he persisted.
See, I think Mr. Talukdar, I think the two biggest challenges. One is getting the right information out.
True.
One. One is basically getting the right information out from wherever they are locked, which will take somebody like a Rohit, and mavericks like. The other one, what we need is, to disseminate this information in simpler fashions, because times are different.
Yeah, that is the role of the media. That's where the media has to be.
I think I don't think it's your fault. I think it's the fault of times, and it's the fault of the generations that attention spans are wavering. we also need to innovate and find ways where information can be simply disseminated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simply passed on it through simpler means. I think that is absolutely the need. সেইটো মানে আমি সেই বস্তুবোৰ অলপ চিন্তা কৰিব লাগিব, নহলে আমাৰ what we want to say and what we want to get across is it's becoming an increasingly bigger problem.
True.
It's becoming an increasingly bigger problem. মানুহে নিউজটো মানে ফেসবুক স্ট্যাটাসৰ হিচাপে পঢ়ে ন, মানে দুটামান লাইন পঢ়িলে যদি বুজিব পাৰে, you know. And I see a bigger problem in India. মই যদি বাহিৰৰ বস্তু যদি মই সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰো, if I'm going to a New Yorker or New York Times বা Medium, মোৰ এটা আৰ্টিকেল পঢ়িবলৈ 45 minutes লাগে. It takes me about 45 minutes to read one article, you know. মানে সেইবোৰ দেখত এতিয়াও মানে, you know, some standards in terms of readership, not in terms of journalism, in terms of readership, the readers take themselves very, very seriously. আমাৰ এটা নহয়, you know, আমাৰ totally গৈছে, you know, but we have to bring things back into that sort of a structure, you know.
True, you are absolutely right. We need to build up that readership.
We need to innovate. We need to innovate and find ways out of it.
And then we need to disseminate more information, accurate, authentic information. Then, yeah, well. Right. So that's where our job is, media role is.
Right.
And then we need to always bring back the fundamental questions, like choosing between. I mean, in this particular story, when I was developing the research story that I did for Frontline, was also in backup of mine. The government of India recently sanctioned the project Dibang multipurpose 2,880 megawatts hydropower project. The question comes to me now. Okay, if I am writing about the coal project, open cast mining, even adverse impacts of the coal mining project, what is the alternative? Right. Now everyone will say it's a renewable energy. We don't want fossil fuel. We want renewable energy. Now, which renewable energies would we go for? Like it's solar, then we wind, and also hydro. The government of India also says hydropower. Initially, earlier it was 25 up to 25 megawatts of hydropower was renewable, considered to be. Now the government has changed the rules. They said just any hydropower projects is renewable projects. Now Dibang multipurpose required failing of 3.28 lakh trees. That will also have direct impact on Debrusaga. So when we are talking about rainforest in DEHING PATKAI, we also have to talk about the other forest around us.
Yeah. Of course.
We cannot see DEHING PATKAI in isolation. We have to see.
It's never a singular problem with DEHING PATKAI, you know. No, but on that note, Mr. Talukdar, I will take your leave. Abar alop dighole hol totabi bhalke hol kothakini pata hol for first time.
I'm a great fan of you. I'm always admire. I mean, always listen to your song. So I'm very humbled by your invitation to join you.
Wow.
Thank you very much for your initiative.
Thank you, and we are extremely honored for you. You know, extremely honored because you graced this occasion. You are with us. We need this. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with us.
So much.
Yeah. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Adi alop samoy lagise gom paisu. I'm next. All right. With me is Argodip. So Argodip is a very dear friend. Argodip is a man of many parts. Argodip is a musician. Argodip is a singer, composer. Argodip is an actor. And Argodip he's brought me into kind of focus for this. To perform information Argodip disle. So Argo, I also see you as kind of, you know, etia amar logot journalist asile, you know, activist asile area asile. So two quick questions for me. You come from Generation Next and you are a part of the whole artist movement. You are part of the activist movement also, you know. So the thing is, where do you see as on Ohomia Lora hoy tumi eta Ohomia tomarlokor jonto age group he Ohomia Lora khini, what do you think the reaction should be to a DEHING PATKAI situation right now? I've just got this one question for you. One as an artist, you have to answer me. One as an artist and one as a normal Assamese boy. What should be the reaction to the DEHING PATKAI situation right now?
First of all, that I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity, because all the people who talked before me were true inspirations, including you. So I think as an artist, I strongly feel that there's this whole quote from Spider-Man that with greater power comes greater responsibility.
Right.
And I feel that when many people look up to you, it is also your responsibility যে সেই পজিশনটো থাকি আপুনি কি give back কৰি আছে আপোনাৰ society, and as well as যেহেতু এই forest and whole nature is also a part of that society, আমি সব সেই ডাঙৰ nexusটোৰ এটা part হয়. So I think we all should be aware of it, and যেতিয়াই দেখো যে কিবা বস্তুত ভুল হৈ আছে, then being responsible citizen, বেলেগ কথাটো বাদে দিম, being responsible citizen আমি সেই বস্তুটো question কৰিব লাগে. আৰু
আমাৰ অসমীয়া next generation awareness হৈছে নে about what we have around us? But দিহিং পাটকাইটো কথা কোৱা নাই. Are we aware of the beauty of things that is around us? Are we not?
যোনটো আমি ৰিচেণ্ট যদি ট্ৰেণ্ডটো চাওঁ, then there is, but I still feel not to hurt anybody's feeling, but মই দেখো যে আমাৰ অসমীয়া যুৱ চামৰ মাজত এটা ইমোশনছত বৈ যোৱাৰ এটা আৰু হাৱাত উৰি যোৱাৰ with all due respect এটা নোশন এটা আছে. আমি কি কৰো, আমি বস্তুবোৰ দেখো and দেখি ইমোশনতহে আবেগতহে বস্তুবোৰ কৰো, rather than going deep into the fact. So I think that is something we also need in our new generation. মই দেখিছো যে মানুহখিনি আগবাঢ়ি আছে, and I'm so happy and humbled to see that. But I think going deep into it is very important, and for that people like you and Rohit da, Shushanta da, Narayan sir will play a big role in making people aware ki bostutu
Orgo ami je nokoru, it is very very important to know what is around us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What is around us, and ami what do we cherish that is around us? He bostutu moi bhabu amiu okhomot dangor hote it was kind of missing in us also. Amar both later in life we started realizing the bigger things, Mo ajikali kotha kona etu eta khomota hoi aise, etu kele hoise ba nai hua, we'll find out in a different discussion. We'll take in opinions from people. Kintu আমি ভাবো আমি ডাঙৰ হওঁতে আমি অসমখনৰ কথা বিষয়ে যিমানখিনি জানিব লাগিছিলে সিমানখিনি নাজানো, সেইটো বহুত ধৰণৰ কথা আছে, আমাৰো ভুল আছে, বেলেগ ধৰণৰ কথা কিছুমান আছে। বাট মই আজি এইকাৰণে এইটো কথা কৈছো যাতে আমি আগলে আমি নিজৰ ফালৰ পৰা সেইখিনি ভুল আৰু ৰিপিট নকৰো, আমি নিজৰ ফালৰ পৰা যিমান পাৰো আমি সজাগ হওঁ, আমি আমাৰ নিজৰ ভুলখিনি যদি কমাই দিব পাৰো, আমি ডাঙৰ হওঁতে আমি যোনখিনি গম নাপাইছিলো মই সেইকাৰণে কৈছো আমাৰো ভুল আছে তাত, কিন্তু আমি যদি নেক্সট জেনেৰেশ্যনবোৰ সেইখিনি কমাই দিব পাৰো, অসমখনত আমি এনেকুৱা ফাইট কিছুমান লাগি থাকিব নালাগিব আৰু these things will take care of. Now, what you cannot fight with an army, you can fight with awareness much before you need to fight with an army. What you can fight with education, you can probably fight with an army 50 years henceforth, but you can save that war which comes 50 years later with an education 30 years before. That is my drift.
100%.
While you're there, I think Ombor is also waiting. I'll have a quick question to him. And since we are all artists,
great. Absolutely.
And I would urge you, Orgodi, to meet at Asa, to take these things up, and through music, Ami juntu koru, Ami asu, Ami Bombay thakko, Ami Bortoman Ohomot Asa, through your music, through your work, tell people of what things are. Have music that speaks about your ecosystem. Have music that speaks about your society. Have music that speaks about the things around you. That is the most important thing. If our art doesn't represent our ecosystem, our art is lost. Hetu art hobo nware. Our art has to be representative of our times. So I'll just get in Ombor for a quick thing. Sure. Hi Ombor, good evening. Yeah. Hi Ombor.
Hi Ombor.
Hello.
Ombor, can you hear? Yeah, Ombor, kunisane? Yeah, hi. Can you hear?
Kunisa, I can hear you. Hold up, it's late.
Yeah. Okay. Ombor, you've been following the conversation so far, right? Osuru? And
network issues, I guess.
Okay.
Hello.
Now, there'll be another question. If you have a problem, I'll get you on the. I can hear you. So Ombor. Can you hear me, Ambor?
Actually, you're breaking up. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. মোক শুনি আছা নে এতিয়া?
Yeah.
So, Ambor, as an artist yourself, and you've been a teacher too. I think you taught English in a college in Guwahati, if I'm not too wrong.
Once upon a time, long back.
You used to be probably Professor Ambor at one point of time. Ambor, the need for education, cannot be, and awareness cannot be overstressed, or underemphasized in context like this. I'm going to keep this short because our aru session hobo. I'll get you more sessions. So tomorrow, actually, my principal reason was to get to Harry. But Ambor, as an educationist yourself who is within the system, okay, and an artist who is meant to destroy systems, and feel free of systems. Do you think the systems we have? You have to word this in a shorter fashion, Mark, because we lack time. Do you think the systems of education, and you were part of the systems of education yourself in Assam? Do you think those systems, they have made us aware of what Assam is, or what Assam was, or Assam should be? Were they sufficiently, ready to get us for what Assam's future would be?
Okay. See, the first of all, I mean, the thing that we have to discuss something like this is not a really fortunate thing. We should be discussing something else, music maybe. But as for education and knowledge, actually, we should be enjoying. See, my thing is, DEHING PATKAI jao, so I don't want to show my son some coal mines. So that he jungle ekhon dekho. We stay in Bombay, so he bhalke goso dekha nai usor. That aside, as for education or education and awareness are two different things actually. I mean, getting a degree.
You know what I mean, right?
Like
know what I mean, right?
Yeah. But so I mean, of course, knowledge is good. Like I've been hearing Mr. Susanto, and it's really insightful, and they have done their homework and studies. I'll just talk like a layman. See, just being educated is not enough. Education, formal education, he single-handedly created a forest.
Correct.
So, and of course, we are city boys. So probably we were not really awareness it was probably not there at that time. So as life goes on, we realize, start looking at the bigger picture and see those things which really matter.
Yeah.
So an environment is something, there is no undo button for this. Kali Aji Jungle from open cast mining, and open cast mining is it is totally destructive. You can't go back from there, right? So Kali ekhon jungle khon ami dhongko kori and we realize our mistake. Oh, amar bhul hol. Ami janeka amar mistake to we should be more aware. In a way.
এটা সেইটোৱে কথা কৈছে যে 130 বছৰ চলি আছে, এটা কি problem? What we have to say to that?
So সেইটো 130 বছৰ চলিলেই যে সেইটো doesn't make it right first. And second kotha, 130 years ago, because although I grew up in Guwahati, I saw my father, we had so many trees. Okay, this uruka idal gos kati dibo par. We had the options. But this environment is a serious issue now. It was not an issue, definitely not an issue 130 years back, at least not in India. So, Britishers ruled us for such a long time. So
exactly, I think
we're having under the British that way.
Actually, in passing, we have a little less time, but in passing, you said something very true. But I hope you build on that in the next session we have, because I think 130 বছৰ আগত যদি এনভাইৰনমেন্টৰ প্ৰবলেম আছিল, এতিয়া বেলেগ, তেতিয়া এখিনি প্ৰবলেম নাছিল, এতিয়া হৈছে। আজিকালি পৃথিৱীখনৰ প্ৰব্লেম হৈছে এতিয়া কিছুমান কথা হৈছে এতিয়া প্ৰব্লেমবোৰ হৈছে আৰু তাকেতো কয় মানে পৃথিৱীখনৰ কিমান ধ্বংস হোৱা নাছিলে লাষ্ট 65 বা 45 ইয়াৰ্ছত যিমান হৈছে বিকজ উইভ ডেমেজ দ্য এনভাইৰনমেণ্ট আজি যদি মানুহে কয় যে এইটো 150 বছৰ চলি আছে সেইবুলি যে 150 বছৰ চলি থাকিব কেতিয়া ষ্টপ কৰিবা when do you want to stop this you know কেতিয়াবাটো ষ্টপ কৰিব লাগিব বা কেতিয়াবাটো কথা পাতিব লাগিব না this is the time Amber I you know for the next session I really want to you to build on this argument the 130 বছৰ চলি থকা বা 150 বছৰ চলি থকা কেটা প্ৰেক্টিস বন্ধ কৰিব লাগে কেটা আৰম্ভ কৰিব লাগে কেটা চলাই ৰাখিব লাগে you know that cannot be an argument you know মই খুদিছো কথাটো just because চলি আছে কিন্তু চলি থাকিব নোৱাৰে কথা
we have to do it for the future
we have to think
just to add I mean most of the developed countries are now you know taking refuge of renewable energy where coal is still now coal is seen as a very backdated form of you know energy well you know global investors like HSBC you know Standard Chartered JP Morgan they are investing more on you know renewable energy they have stopped using coal in fact Shell which is a big you know Shell and BP nisna dangor company bur ajikali diversify kori ase teolokor you know businesses to get more into the renewable source of energy so hetu homayt ami keneke hobo paru je you know to rely on something that's so backdated to 130 years
I think you know for the next session Orgho and Ombor you really need to build on two things Ombor you really need to build on what we need to do away with just because it's been practiced doesn't mean it will go forever and Orgho I think you need to talk to people about renewable sources new forms of energy you know and আজি actually university student দুই তিনজন ৰৈ আছে তেওঁলোকে গোটে spearhead কৰিছে গোটে movement we are with them and for them you know because the world is going to belong to them মই আজি তেওঁলোকৰ লগত কথা পাতিছো that we are going to facilitate conversations it is their conversation I'm bringing them in shortly but thank you both of you for coming in আজি সময়টো কমটি আছে but next time we'll start with both of you so be prepared for next time which is like 4 days from now so Orgho bye bye আৰু dinnerত safe postu খাবা নিকি postu দেখা you know Ombor you know likewise Orgho bye Ombor bye bye you take care thank you for coming you know see you very soon okay that was Orgho and that was you know and so ami prothomote amar somoy komti ase there is Lakshajit Das with us from Geo Eco hello Lakshajit aru amar অলপ সময় লাগিলে কিন্তু আজি তোমালোকৰ কাৰণে এখিনি কৰা হৈছে বস্তুখিনি everything into focus আৰু তোমালোকে যেনেকুৱা এটা মুভমেন্ট আৰম্ভ কৰিছা হেৰি কৰিছা এটো লগত সকলো মানুহখিনি আছে আৰু এই মুভমেন্টটো তোমালোকে আগলৈ লৈ যাব লাগিব so actually amar logot actually Dikshita roi ase ami Dikshita ko loi aho hello Dikshita good evening to you
Joyda namaskar
namaskar aru tumalok dui jonore Geo Eco Club noi jano Guwahati University hoy okay thank you for joining us bahut manu ase sai ase aru you know they are loving this aru eto thaki jabo YouTube so
dhonyabad Joyda amako ei platform dia karone
thank you the pleasure is mine আৰু you know মই কোনবা আহিলে ইনক্লুড কৰি যাম দেৰি কৰিব খোজা নাই বাট Lakshajit what do you have to say
প্ৰথমতে আমি ক'বলৈ গ'লে প্ৰথমতে আমি ক'ব বিচাৰো যে বৰ্তমান সময়ত যি ঘটি আছে আমি প্ৰকৃতিক এৰি চলি আছো আমি কোনবা ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি মানৱখিনি আমি নিজকে যিমান ডাঙৰ দেখাব নাযাওঁ কিয় আমি প্ৰকৃতিৰ দাস হয় সেইটো আমি সদায় পাহৰি গৈছো এটা সময়ত আৰু আমি বৰ্তমানে যে প্ৰকৃতিৰ লগত যি ৰীতি-নীতিৰে আমি চলি আহিছো সেয়া বৰ্তমান আমি এৰি আহিছো সেই কাৰণে আজি বৰ্তমান এটা কৰোনা বিৰাজ কৰি থকা সময়তে ভাৰতত আজি যি লোকাষ্টৰ ডেঞ্জাৰ যি ফৰিঙৰ যি আক্ৰমণ চলিছে আজি সেই কিহৰ কাৰণে হৈছে আজি গোটেই ৰাজস্থান চহৰৰ মুকলি আকাশৰ ওপৰত আজি ফৰিঙৰ আক্ৰমণ চলাই আছে সেয়া ফৰিঙে আজি আপোনাৰ এঘণ্টা নালাগে সময়ত আপোনাৰ গোটেই 30-35টা মানুহৰ খানা বা আপোনাৰ খাদ্য শেষ কৰিব পাৰে কৃষকৰ খেতি পথাৰ নষ্ট কৰিব পাৰে এয়া কিহৰ কাৰণে প্ৰকৃতিৰ দুখ আমি প্ৰকৃতিক যি দুখ দি আছো সেয়া আমাৰ প্ৰকৃতিৰ পৰা আমি পাই আছো আৰু ক'বলৈ গ'লে দিহিং পাটকাই যি আপোনাৰ অভয়াৰণ্যক লৈ যি ঘটি আছে সেয়া আমাৰে ভুল আমি দি আছো আমি মুকলি খননৰ কাৰণে আমি দি আছো পাৰমিশন আমি নিজে চাই আছো সেয়া আমাৰ প্ৰথম ভুল আমি কেতিয়াও এনেকৈ ৰখি থাকিব নোৱাৰো যে আমাৰ দিহিং পাটকাই অভয়াৰণ্যখন নষ্ট কৰি নিয়ক দিহিং পাটকাইখন আমাৰ ধ্বংস কৰি নিয়ক আমি কেতিয়াও এই হ'ব দিব নোৱাৰো যি কয়লা খননে বৰ্তমান অতীজৰ পৰা চলি অহা কয়লা খননে গোটেই দিহিং পাটকাইখনক ধ্বংস কৰি পেলাইছে এয়াই সেই সময় আমি দিহিং পাটকাইক আমি সুৰক্ষা দিব লাগে আৰু কয়লা খননে গোটেই দিহিং পাটকাইখনক আপোনাৰ জংঘল হাবি বননি কাটি দিহিং পাটকাইত থকা প্ৰাকৃতিক সম্পদ খনিজ সম্পদ বৰ্তমান সম্পূৰ্ণ শেষ কৰি পেলাইছে আৰু জয়দা গম পায় অসম কিহৰ কাৰণে বিখ্যাত সেই বিখ্যাত সম্পদবোৰ যদি লাহে লাহে নাইকিয়া হৈ যায় আমাৰ ভৱিষ্যতৰ দিনৰ কাৰণে আমি কি বুলি মুখ দেখাম অসমবাসীয়ে সেয়া হয়তো লাজৰ কথা আজিৰ দিনত সেয়া আজিৰ দিনত নিশ্চয়কৈ লাজৰ কথা হ'ব যদি আমি সময় থাকি যদি ৰখাব নোৱাৰো
এই দায়িত্বটো চোৱা এটা কথাটো কি হ'ল এই দায়িত্বটো তোমালোকৰ ওপৰত পৰিব আমিও আছো এইটো আমিও আছো আমি সেইখিনি হেল্প কৰিম কিন্তু তোমালোকৰ লাইফ তোমালোকে এনভাইৰনমেণ্টেল চায়েন্স পঢ়িছা ইউ হেভ ষ্টাডিড এবাউট দ্য ইক'চিষ্টেম মানে ইউ আৰ ইক' ৱাৰিয়াৰ্ছ ৰাইট নাও মানে এইটো সময় হৈ গ'ল ইক' ৱাৰিয়াৰ্ছ হ'বলৈ এনেকে এটা কোভিড ভাইৰাছৰ সময় যেনেকে এতিয়া ডক্টৰ খিনি আগত গৈ লাগিছে এতিয়া আৰ্মি মানুহে লগা নাই দিছ ইজ এ ডিফাৰেণ্ট ৱাৰ ইউ ন এতিয়া ডক্টৰ খিনি একদম ফ্ৰণ্টত আছে এতিয়া আৰ্মি নেভি গৈ ফ্ৰণ্টত নাই এইটো সময় হ'ল য'ত তোমালোকৰ নিচিনা পঢ়া শুনা কৰা ল'ৰা ছোৱালীয়ে আগত ৰৈ পেলাই কথা পাতিব লাগিব কথা বুজিব লাগিব আৰু মানুহক সমাজখনক কথাটো বুজাব লাগিব বহুত মানুহে বুজি নাপায় আমাৰ অসমত কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ হাবি বননি আছে কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ এটা ফৰেষ্ট ইটোৰ পৰা কিয় ডিফাৰেণ্ট এই সময়খিনিত তোমালোকেও কাৰেক্ট কনভাৰচেশ্যনটো not only within yourselves but without to the people তোমালোকে social media Facebook Twitter কেনেকে কনভাৰচেশ্যন কৰিছা মানুহক কেনেকে সজাগ তোমালোকৰ দায়িত্বটো খুব ডাঙৰ হৈ গৈছে কাৰণ আমি তোমালোকে যিমান জানা আমিও সিমান নাজানো আমাৰ কিছুমান বেলেগ এক্সপেৰিয়েন্স আছে তোমালোকৰ নতুন শিক্ষা আছে সেই শিক্ষাখিনি তোমালোকে কেনেকে আগবঢ়াই লৈ যাবা তোমালোকৰ দায়িত্বটো বহুত বেছি বাঢ়ি গ'ল
নিশ্চয়কৈ আৰু এইটো সময়তে লকডাউনৰ সময়তে আমাৰ এনেকা চিটুৱেশ্যন হৈ পৰিছে যে আমি মাত মাতিম ক'ত মাত মাতিম মানুহ মানে আমাৰ লকডাউনে আমাৰ সম্পূৰ্ণ প্ৰতিবাদী কণ্ঠটোক ৰোধ কৰাৰ নিচিনা হৈ গৈছে কিন্তু আমি ছচিয়েল মিডিয়া বৰ্তমান গম পাইছে আমি ছচিয়েল মিডিয়া দিয়ে আমি নিজৰ প্ৰতিবাদী কাৰ্যসূচী চলাই নিছো আমাৰ লাষ্ট 13 তাৰিখৰ পৰা আমি আমাৰ জিও ইকো ক্লাবৰ পৰা আমি আপোনাৰ আমি পোষ্টাৰ লৈ পেলাই আমি সেভ দিহিং পাটকাই আৰম্ভ কৰিছো কেম্পেইন ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছো তেনেকে আমি লাজতে টুইটাৰ ষ্টৰ্ম ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছিলো য'ত আপোনাৰ 50,000তকৈ অধিক মানুহে একেদিনা এঘণ্টাত টুইট কৰিছে সোনু সুদ হওক দিয়া মিৰ্জা হওক
ইণ্ডিয়া ট্ৰেণ্ড কৰিছিলে এইটো
হয় ইণ্ডিয়া ট্ৰেণ্ড কৰিছিলে এঘণ্টাত
আৰু এইটো আমাৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলৰ এক সফল মুভমেণ্ট বুলি ক'ব লাগিব আমি ছাত্ৰ শক্তি যে তাৰ পৰাই উদাহৰণ ল'ব পাৰে আৰু we students can do anything and make it happen so we stand united আৰু
what's your take about it তুমি what do you think আমি কৰিব লাগে বা আমি কৰিব পাৰো কেনেকৈ ভাবা তুমি কথাখিনি আজি বহুত বেলেগ বেলেগ ধৰণৰ মানুহ আহিলে what do you think আৰু তোমাৰ কি ক'বলগীয়া আছে এইটো বিষয়ে
হয় আমি ছাত্ৰ সমাজেতো বহুতখিনি আগভাগ লৈ আছো আৰু সজাগতা এৱেৰনেছখিনি বহুত দৰকাৰী আৰু যিখিনি আমি এনভাইৰনমেণ্টেল ষ্টাডিজ পঢ়ি আহিছো সেইখিনি অকল পঢ়ি আহিলে নহয় তাৰ এপ্লিকেশ্যনো হ'ব লাগিব ফিউচাৰত গতিকে তাৰে প্ৰচেষ্টাৰে সমাজক মানে সক্ৰিয় কৰি দি তাৰ বাবে আমি টুইটাৰ ষ্টৰ্মৰ যোগেদি হ'লেও বা তেনেকুৱা কোনোবা বেলেগ প্ৰটেষ্ট মানে ব্যৱস্থাৰে হ'লেও আমি আগবাঢ়ি আহিছো আৰু লগতে এটা কথা ক'ব বিচাৰিছো এই যুদ্ধটো আমাৰ সমস্যাটো ৰাজনৈতিক নহয় এইটো পৰিৱেশৰ সমস্যাহে দেখা গৈছে বহুতে ৰাজনৈতিক দিশে ঢাপলি মেলিছে ইয়াত বহুতো লাইক লিগেল ইলিগেল কথা সোমাই পৰিছে কিন্তু আমি নিৰপেক্ষভাৱে কোনো ৰাজনৈতিক দলৰ হতে নহয় প্ৰকৃতিৰ হতেহে আচলতে মানে থিয় দিব লাগে কাৰণ আমাৰ যুদ্ধখন পৰিৱেশৰ বাবে হয় কোনো ৰাজনৈতিক দলৰ বাবে নহয় প্ৰকৃততে আৰু আন ৰাইজেও সেই কৰাটোৱে বিচাৰিছো আমি ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলেও সেইটোৱে কৰি আহিছো আৰু আগলৈও কৰি যাম আৰু চৰকাৰে যেন সাষ্টেইনেবল ডেভেলপমেণ্টৰ ওপৰত গুৰুত্ব দিয়ে তাৰ বাবে মানে ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰিব বিচাৰিছো এফালে আমাৰ প্ৰাকৃতিক ভাৰসাম্য ৰখা হ'ল আৰু আনফালে ডেভেলপমেণ্টটো হৈ থাকিব গতিকে সাষ্টেইনেবল ডেভেলপমেণ্টত গুৰুত্ব দিয়াটো চৰকাৰে বিচাৰে
মই জাষ্ট এটা কথা ক'ব বিচাৰিছো ইয়াত দেই লক্ষ্যজিতৰ দীক্ষিতা এই মানে কি হয় মই যোনটো কথা অলপ দেৰি আগতে মই আমাৰ লগত একচুৱেলি পাৰ্শোৱা আছানে অকে মই মানে এটা কথাই ক'ব বিচাৰো মানে কি হয় মই সেইটো কথা যোনটো সুশান্ত তালুকদাৰক কৈছিলো যে এই ধৰণৰ প্ৰব্লেমবোৰ আৰু এই ধৰণৰ ডেটাবোৰ অলপ কমপ্লিকেটেড প্ৰব্লেমটো কমপ্লিকেটেড আৰু ডেটা ইমান ধৰণৰ ডেটা হয় ইমান ফালে যায় এই বস্তুখিনি তোমালোকে সাধাৰণ মানুহক কেনেকে বুজোৱা ইজ ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কাৰণ তোমালোকে ডেটা কৈ দিলে সবেই নুবুজে মানুহে ৰেইন ফৰেষ্টে নুবুজে অসমত আমাৰ ৰেইন ফৰেষ্ট আছে আমিয়ে নিজে বহুত পিছত গম পাইছো যে ৰেইন ফৰেষ্ট অসমত আছে বুলি So
হয়।
আমি ৰেইন ফৰেষ্টে যদি বুজিবলৈ দিগদাৰী হয় আমি মানুহক বায়োডাইভাৰ্চিটি বুলি কথা এটা কেনেকে বুজাম কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ চৰাই আছে তুমি অকল লিখি দিলে নহ'ব সো এই ইনফৰমেশ্যনখিনি যাতে পাব্লিক ডোমেইনত অলপ ইজিলি এক্সেচিবল হিচাপে থাকে সেই বস্তুটো কেনেকে ইনোভেটিভ ভাৱে থাকিব লাগে কেনেকে কৰিব সেই কথাখিনি অকল জাৰ্নেলিষ্টে চিন্তা কৰিলে নহ'ব তোমালোকৰ নিচিনা মানুহখিনিয়ে যোনকে ষ্টুডেণ্ট ইউ হেভ টু think for the generation next also. Tomorrow is a generation next, but how to make that information simply accessible and be simple by itself is also very important. Just because you put something out on Twitter doesn't mean the whole world is going to understand it because the whole world is not ready for it. Tomorrow focus group to all your focus group is not somebody in Kerala. Your focus group is not somebody in Canada. Your focus group is people around you in Assam. অসমীয়া মানুহ অসমৰ বিষয়ে কেনেকে সৰলভাৱে বুজোৱা যায় এই বস্তুটো ভাবিবলৈ অলপ সময় লাগে একাডেমিক বস্তু কিছুমান আমি কেনেকে সৰলভাৱে বুজাও I feel এই বস্তুটো আমাৰ অলপ কাম কৰিবলৈ বাকি আছে you know hi hello Parshva what do you have to say কি ক'ব বিচাৰা কোৱাচোন
Actually the thing you have said that মানে কি আমি অসমৰ মানুহখিনিক বুজাব লাগে so we can I think take the help of audio visual means you know that when we can see in audio and visual it's better to understand you know so we think we should move on in that direction or we must simplify our approach because while tweeting the common people may not understand that we need to make the common people so that's my thinking and we should move forward in that direction.
Your stress has to be on the common people. Your stress has to be people who don't understand academics. Your stress has to be people who don't understand numbers or statistics, who don't understand academic language. You know, you know.
মানে জয়দা মানে এনেকা হৈছে আমি কিছুমান কমন পুইলক আমি এনেকেও বুজা পাওঁ যে বহাগত ফুলা কপৌপা আজি কিয় দেৰিকৈ ফুলিছে বহাগৰ শেষলৈ ফুলা ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছে শীতত ফুলা শেৱালি জোপা কিয় আজি দেৰিকৈ ফুলা ষ্টাৰ্ট হৈছে বতৰৰ পৰিৱৰ্তন প্ৰকৃতিৰ পৰিৱৰ্তন কিহৰ কাৰণে হৈ আছে আমি কৰি আছো কাৰণে হৈ আছে আমাৰ যি ইম্পেক্টটো সোসাইটি বা প্ৰকৃতিৰ ওপৰত পৰি আছে সেইখিনি আমাৰ ধৰ আমি যিখিনি কাম কৰি গৈ আছো আমাৰ ভুল কাম সেই ভুল কামৰ কাৰণে আজি প্ৰকৃতি এইবিলাক ইম্পেক্ট কৰি আছে সেইখিনিও আমাৰ এটা বুজোৱাৰ এটা হেৰি হ'ব পাৰে আমি নিশ্চয়কৈ তেনেকে ট্ৰাই কৰিছো বা যিমানখিনি পাৰো আমি মানুহক জ্ঞাত কৰিবলৈ যে আমি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ফেসবুকে হওক
সেই কথাখিনি এটলিষ্ট যে বুজি তোমালোকে তেনেকুৱা ষ্টেপ কিছুমান লৈছা সেইটোৱে ডাঙৰ কথা কাৰণ মানুহক লোকেল বস্তু মানুহক লোকেল ফ্লেভাৰ বুজাব লাগিব আমাৰ এনেকুৱা হৈছিলে যে আমি স্কুলত বায়'লজিটো ভাল পোৱা নাছিলো কিন্তু গছৰ কথা দেশৰ কথা মাটিৰ কথা যেতিয়া আমি গানত পালো তেতিয়া আমি ভাল পাই গলো কথাটো আমিও গছ গছনিৰ কথা আগতে স্কুলত পঢ়োতে ভাল পোৱা নাছিলো কিন্তু যেতিয়া কিতাপ পঢ়িব লাগে বা চিনেমা চাওঁ তাত গছ গছনি দেখো বা গানত যেতিয়া গছ গছনি কথা হয় বা পাতৰ কথা হয় বা ফুলৰ কথা হয় তেতিয়া ভাল লাগে আমাৰ ইকোসিস্টেমটো ফালে মনটো গুচি গ'ল সো মানে ষ্টৰিজ উইথ এম্পাথি কেনেকে তুমি বুজোৱা সেই বস্তুটো আৰু এইটো ৰুটত এডুকেশ্যন চিষ্টেমটো আছে which is another complicated discussion মইতো আজি আৰম্ভ কৰিব খোজা নাই কিন্তু এইখিনি পাতিব লাগিব বস্তু কাৰণ আমি যদি ক্লাছ 2-3 তে ল'ৰা ছোৱালী শিকাব নোৱাৰো গছ গছনি হাবি বননি ভাল পাবলৈ আমি এক্সপেক্ট কৰিব নোৱাৰো যে তেখেতে 22 বছৰ বয়সত বা 32 বছৰ বয়সত হঠাতে গছ গছনি ভাল পাব বা হাবি বননি বুজিব ইমান ইজি নহয় কিন্তু আমাৰ ফান্ডামেন্টালছ বোৰ ফ্লড নহয় আমাৰ খেলিমেলি হৈ আছে ফান্ডামেন্টালছ বোৰ
কম বয়সতে আমি গোটেই নলেজ দিব লাগিব
হয় হয় আমি ক্লাছ 2 পা আমি যিখিনি আমি পৰিৱেশ বিজ্ঞান পঢ়ি আহো হয় আমি পৰিৱেশ বিজ্ঞান পঢ়ি বা আমি যি এনভাইৰনমেন্টাল ষ্টাডিজ পঢ়ি আহো সেইবোৰ মাত্ৰ শ্ৰেণী কোঠা বা উত্তীৰ্ণ হ'বৰ কাৰণে পঢ়া যেন এটা ফিল হয় যে এটা সময়ত আহি পেলাই যেতিয়ালৈকে আমি নিজে ফিল নকৰো প্ৰকৃতিৰ লগত কি ঘটনা ঘটি আছে তেতিয়া আমি যেতিয়ালৈকে ফিল নকৰো তেতিয়ালৈকে আমি ক্লাছ 4 বা 3 পৰা পঢ়ি অহা যে এনভাইৰনমেন্টাল ষ্টাডিজৰ কিতাপখন আমাৰ কাৰণে জাষ্ট এখন কিতাপ বা পাছ কৰাৰ এটা হেৰিহে মাধ্যমে নিচিনা হয় এটা সময়লৈকে সেই সময়ত যেতিয়ালৈকে আমি বুজি নুঠো আচলতে প্ৰকৃতিৰ বস্তুবিলাকৰ মূল্য কি সেই মূল্য মাৰ্কছৰ কাৰণে নিশ্চয়কৈ গছজোপা কি গছজোপা পৰা আমি কি পাওঁ আমি কেতিয়াও ফিল নকৰো আমি গছজোপা দেখি থাকো ঠিকে আছে সেইখিনি আমাৰ দূৰৰ পৰা ঠিক আছে নদী কিমান লেতেৰা বস্তু সেইবিলাক লেতেৰা জাবৰ জোথৰৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰি আজি প্ৰকৃতিখন মানে গোটেই আমাৰ ওচৰৰ চুবুৰীয়া চব এৰিয়া লেতেৰা হৈ পৰিছে সেই লেতেৰাবোৰ চাফ কৰাৰ দায়িত্ব আমি নিজে ল'ব লাগিব এটা সময়ত গৈ আমি স্বচ্ছতা ভাৰত অভিযান চলাই আমি মানুহক এৱেৰ কৰি পেলাই থকাতকৈ আমি নিজে নিজৰ পৰা আমি এৱেৰ হ'ব লাগে যে আমি কিয় চাফা কৰো নিজৰ মনটো চাফ কৰিব লাগিব প্ৰথমতে প্ৰকৃতিৰ প্ৰতি মানুহ ধাউতি হ'ব লাগিব তেতিয়া আমি নিজে কৰিব পাৰিম এইখিনি কাম
এক্স্যাক্টলি এটা কথা ক'ব খুজিছো একচুৱেলি আমাৰ যোনটো এডুকেশ্যন চিষ্টেমটো হয় এইটো প্ৰেক্টিকেল বেছড নহয় মানে আমি যিবিলাক পঢ়ো কেতিয়াও মানে এপ্লাই কৰিব নিদিয়ে আমাক সৰুৰ পৰা আমাক সদায় বাৰু পঢ়িব দিছে কিন্তু এই মাৰ্কছৰ কাৰণে এক্সামৰ কাৰণে কিন্তু প্ৰেক্টিকেলি আমি কি ইউজ কৰিব পাৰো ক'ত ইউজ কৰিব পাৰো এইবিলাক কথা কেতিয়াও ডিছকাছ নহয় আমাৰ এডুকেশ্যন চিষ্টেমটো চেঞ্জ কৰিব লাগিব তেতিয়াহে মানুহৰ সৰুৰ পৰা আহিব চেঞ্জটো
মই এটা কথা ক'ব খুজিছো আজি আমাৰ সেশনটোত বহুত কেইটামান মানুহে বহুত কেইটা প্ৰশ্ন আজি এটা মই প্ৰশ্ন এটা স্ক্ৰীনত দাঙি ধৰিছো দেখিছানে বস্তুটো এই প্ৰশ্নখিনি আজি আমাৰ এইটো সেশনৰ তলত থাকিব আমি এই প্ৰশ্ন কেইটামান আমি এনেকুৱা প্ৰশ্ন আমি নেক্সট টাইম আমি এড্ৰেছ কৰিম আমি আজি কৰা নাই মই তোমালোকক কৈছো কাৰণ আজি আমি একেলগে মিলি পেলাই সেশনটো কৰিলো লক্ষ্যজিত তুমিও মনত ৰাখিবা এই প্ৰশ্নকেইটা ইউ উইল টেক নোট অফ দিস কোৱেশ্চনছ আমি আৰু 3-4 দিনৰ মূৰত যিটো সেশন কৰিম আমি এনেকুৱা কেইটামান বস্তু আমি আনসাৰ কৰিব লাগিব আজি কৈছে যেনেকে তদুপৰি এটা কথাত আমি গুৰুত্ব আৰোপ কৰিব লাগিব যে প্ৰকৃতি সুৰক্ষা বিষয় আইনসমূহ সঠিকভাৱে কঠোৰ হ'ব লাগিব প্ৰশাসন এই কথাখিনি আমি আজি পাতিবলৈ সময় পোৱা নাই কিন্তু ইট উইল বি ইয়ৰ ৰেছপন্সিবিলিটি জাষ্ট এড্ৰেছ দিছ কুৱেশ্যনছ কালি মানে আমাৰ নেক্সট সেশনত তোমালোকৰ এজনে এইখিনি ধুনীয়াকৈ ইন কনচাইজ ৱে উই নিড টু আমাৰ কনভাৰচেশ্যনবোৰ আমি এনেকে আৰম্ভ কৰিব লাগিব ইন চিম্পল ৱেজ কালি আজি তোমালোকে ফেচবুকৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰিবা এটা ছ'চিয়েল কালি তোমালোকৰ নিজৰ ফেচবুকৰ পৰা পিপল উইল বি আস্কিং ইউ তেতিয়া আমাৰ এটা লাইভ ছেশ্যনৰ কাৰণে ৰৈ নাথাকে তেতিয়া তোমালোকক সুধিব আজি ধৰা এতিয়া এই নিশা বৰাই কৈছে আমি নিশা বৰাক such a rich conversation thank you joy your energy and passion Dikshita Lakshajit Parshwa তোমালোকৰ নাম কৈছে I really appreciate a broader look at ecology and the larger climate change as an indicator of disaster more power to you thank you for fighting this great fight on behalf of all humanity Rohit full respect as always Sushantada সকলো কাৰণে নিশা বৰাই লিখিছে আৰু নিশা বৰাৰ মই আজি please go to our Facebook profile please see what Nisha Bora is doing she's herself an amazing তেখেতে amazing কাম কৰি গৈছে আৰু তেখেতৰ হিষ্ট্ৰী আছে তেখেত সেই কোল ফিল্ডত তেওঁ ডাঙৰ হোৱা Nisha Bora's family was part of the coal field তেওঁলোকে জানে এইটো হিষ্ট্ৰী তেওঁলোকে আজি ইনভলভ হৈছে আমাক শিকাইছে মোৰ লগত আজি ফোন কৰিছে কথা পাতিছে so you will have to build up your networks of people who know who've been part of that whole system আৰু আজি ওটাকে কামে আজিতো হেতু কমপ্লিমেন্ট আছে কিন্তু এটা দীক্ষা এই আমাৰ দীক্ষা কলিতে খুদিছে what initiatives or starting steps should we take as students of our age what steps should we take to make the common people aware এই প্ৰশ্নটোৰ উত্তৰটো আমি নেক্সট টাইম দিম তোমালোকে এজন বহি পেলে will pick up like about 15 questions আমি এটা আনসাৰ দিম we will answer আমি এই কোৱেশ্চন খিনি আমি এনেই যাব নিদিও এই এনগেজমেন্টটো আমি নেক্সট টাইম ৰাখিম আমি কালি এনাউন্স কৰিম in the next 3-4 days আমি কেতিয়া কৰিম and we'll pick up the questions that need answering যাতে এই কোৱেশ্চনছ খিনি মানুহে এনেই দি নিদিয়ে we will answer them in the next session আৰু I think next session আমি question answer পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰি পেলাই we'll move on to the other panelists যোন থাকিব আমি এই কোৱেশ্চন খিনি আনসাৰ কৰি so that there is a sense of continuity আৰু আমি তোমালোকৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰিম যাতে এই কন্টিনিউয়াল ফেশনটো আৰম্ভ হৈ যায় একেলগে we keep this so
জয়দা আমাৰ জয়দা তো মই লাষ্ট দুটামান কথা কওঁ যে আমাৰ জিও ইকো ক্লাবে আমি যি ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছো কাম অকল মানে নেচাৰ লাভাৰ ষ্টুডেণ্টছ বিলাক লৈ যোনবিলাক প্ৰকৃতিৰ প্ৰতি যি মানে ধাউতি থকা ষ্টুডেণ্ট যোনে সঁচাকৈ কাম কৰিব বিচাৰিছে তেনেকা ষ্টুডেণ্ট অকল এনেকা সমগ্ৰ অসমত আছে আমি কৰিম বুলি ক'লে সমূহ শিক্ষাৰ্থী একলগ হৈ আমি কৰিব পাৰো সেইটো সকলোকলৈ আহ্বান যে আমাৰ ফালৰ পৰা যে সমূহ শিক্ষাৰ্থী ওলাই আহক আপোনালোকে নিজৰ পৰিয়ালৰ মানুহৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰি সমগ্ৰ আপোনাৰ ওচৰ চুবুৰীয়াৰ পৰা সকলোকে আপোনালোকে জনাওক যে আমি যি কৰি আছো আমাৰ প্ৰকৃতিৰ যি আমি প্ৰকৃতি ধ্বংসৰ কাম যি চলাই আছো সেয়া ৰোধ কৰিব লাগে এতিয়াই যে আমাৰ ভৱিষ্যতটো যাতে সুন্দৰ হয় আমাৰ ভৱিষ্যত আহি থকা প্ৰজন্ম যাতে আমাক ক'ব পাৰে আমাক মনত ৰাখে যে আমাৰ এই হিষ্ট্ৰী আমাৰ এইখিনি মনত ৰাখিবলৈ সেইকাৰণে আমাৰ ভৱিষ্যত প্ৰজন্মক সুৰক্ষিত দিবৰ কাৰণে আজি এই প্ৰচেষ্টা চলাব লাগিব আজিৰ পৰাই তো সমূহ শিক্ষাৰ্থীক আমি ইয়াৰ যোগেদি আহ্বান জনাইছো যে আপোনালোকেও সকলো আগুৱাই আহক প্ৰকৃতিৰ দিশত থকা সকলো বাটত আগবাঢ়ি আহক আমি একেলগে কাম কৰি যাব লাগে প্ৰকৃতিৰ হৈ সেয়াই আহ্বান আমাৰ
Thank you Lakshajit thank you Dikshita thank you Parshwa আমাৰ এই ডায়লগটো আমি নেক্সট টাইম আমি যত আজি এৰিছো আমি তাৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰিম in the next 4-5 days এৰিলো আমি তাৰ পৰা আৰম্ভ কৰিম আৰু thank you to all of you my Geo Club or my Tezpur University into club of the Geo Eco for giving me the opportunity to represent you for giving me the opportunity to facilitate this conversation thank you all of you আৰু আমাক এই চান্সটো দিয়াৰ কাৰণে আজি আমি মিলি মিলি কথা পাতিলো Yeah, thank you, Dikshita.
Thank you.
Thank you.
আৰু আমি আজিতো শেষ হোৱা নাই কাৰণে this will have to be part of a longer process. আমি কথা পাতিম আৰু আমি আজিলৈ ইয়াত শেষ কৰো in the terms of a live session. আমাৰ নিজৰ মাজৰ কথাখিনি চলি থাকিব আৰু
নিশ্চয়কৈ
আমি আজি আমাৰ লগত দৰ্শক আছে I wish them all the best. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being patient. আৰু যেনেকৈ আজি নিশা বৰাই লিখিছে, all of them I think are invested in the idea of a better Assam, of a better tomorrow. আজি কোনো এনেই চাবলৈ অহা নাই, যোনখিনি মানুহে বিচাৰিছে অসমখন কালি আৰু ভাল হওক, সেইখিনি মানুহ আজি আমাৰ লগত বহি আছে আৰু আমি সদায় চিৰকৃতজ্ঞ সেই মানুহখিনি আৰু সেই মানুহখিনিক লৈ we want to do a better thing সদায় সেইটো আমাৰ মনত সদায় আছে যে অহা কালিটো ভাল হওক আজিতকে আৰু অসমখন অহা কালি ভাল হওক আজিতকে that is all we want ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে আমাৰ একো ইয়াত আমি আমাৰ personal ইয়াত কাৰো একো এজেন্ডা নাই there is no agenda here personally we just want a better land and better people so thank you all of you তোমালোক অহাৰ কাৰণে we'll meet up very soon and my regards to all your efforts. Thank you, Lakshadweep. Thank you, Dikshita. Thank you, Parshu. Yeah?
Good night, Joyda.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night to all of you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ekinike koya, I think we'll wind up today. It was a long, but it was a very, very informative session. And there was a lot of people who joined in, a lot of people who wrote in a lot of message ahi ase. I really thank all of you for being part of this. Next time it will get a little more detailed and a little more analytical. Our lot of details, we are just getting warmed up to this kind of conversation. We are all getting warmed up. We are all learning. So with that, I will take your leave and we'll connect in the next 3-4 days. Announcements will be made tomorrow or day after at the latest. Thank you.